Good evening, friends, and very warm welcome to all. I am honored to conduct today's session on four labor codes and ESI updates by ESI department. Before we start our this session, we have Mr. Hardik Mamania, who would like to speak something on hydrogen and what activities they are doing in the Kutch. Our program will follow from after that. So I will, because he has to leave early, so I will request him to deliver his speech on the subject. Thank you.
Yeah. You're doing the presentation? Okay, fine. એકબીજાને ગમતા રહીએ. This is this presentation. Yeah. This presentation was done recently around 1 week back when the MP came here and it was in Matunga. So I just want to rush through the new developments which are happening at Kutch. So in last 2 years, what are the developments? શું developments થયા છે લાસ્ટ 2 વર્ષની અંદર અને આપણે ક્યાં ઓપોર્ચ્યુનિટીઝ છે એ બતાવવામાં આવેલું છે. One is the renewable and green energy. આપણે બધાએ જાણ્યું, બધાની ત્યાં રીલ્સ આવી હશે કે પેરિસથી મોટું 5 lakh એકરની અંદર આ ગ્રીન એનર્જી પાર્ક આવી રહ્યા છે. સો દેટ્સ ધ બિગ અમાઉન્ટ. આપણે મોટા પૈસા એની અંદર જોઈએ અને તો જ એની અંદર ઇન્વેસ્ટમેન્ટ થાય એવું રિન્યુએબલ ગ્રીન. હવે આપણે શું કરી શકીએ એઝ અ કચ્છી? વોટ વી કેન ડુ ઇટ આઉટ, દેટ ઇઝ મોસ્ટ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ થિંગ. સો સોલાર પેનલ સર્વિસિંગ આ એક સેક્ટર છે જ્યાં લગભગ આપણે સમજો 20 લાખથી રહીને 40 લાખ સુધીની અંદર બી તમારી પાસે મૂડી હોય તો ધીસ યુ કેન સ્ટાર્ટ. વેરી બિગ બિઝનેસ. 2040 સુધી તમને આટલા બધા સર્વિસિંગ સેન્ટર્સ જોશે આના માટે, સોલાર પેનલ સર્વિસિંગ માટે. સો ધીસ યુ કેન ડેફિનેટલી સ્ટાર્ટ. ગ્રીન હાઇડ્રોજન ઇન્ફ્રાસ્ટ્રક્ચર. જસ્ટ ટુ ટેલ યુ, KCF એન્ડ JYF લગભગ 4 મહિના પહેલાં એક પ્રોગ્રામ મુંબઈ ખાતે કર્યો હતો કે ગ્રીન હાઇડ્રોજનની ઓપોર્ચ્યુનિટી ઉપર. આપણે ત્યાંથી દીનદયાલ પોર્ટ ટ્રસ્ટ કંડલા ત્યાંથી તેના ચેરમેન આવ્યા હતા અને એક પ્રસ્તુતિ ધ પ્રેઝન્ટેશન આપ્યું હતું કે ભાઈ આવી રીતે ગ્રીન હાઇડ્રોજન બનાવી શકાય. રિસન્ટલી હમણાં 2 દિવસ પહેલાં જ વાઇબ્રન્ટ પૂરું થયું. વાઇબ્રન્ટની અંદર દીનદયાલ પોર્ટ ટ્રસ્ટે અને જૈન યુથ ફોરમ અને ગ્રીન કચ્છ નેક્સ્ટ જેન આ કંપની એક MOU કર્યું છે. 1000 એકરની જમીન JYF ગ્રીન કચ્છ નેક્સ્ટ જેન એને આપવામાં આવેલી છે અને ઇટ બી 3000 crore MOU આપણે હમણાં કર્યું છે. હવે આ MOUમાં શું છે કે ગ્રીન કચ્છ નેક્સ્ટ જેન છે એ એક મોડલ બનાવશે આપણા બધા માટે અને એ મોડલ બનાવીને જેટલું બી એના ન્યુહાન્સ છે, એટલે કે ભાઈ આપણે પરચેસ ક્યાં કરવું, કેવી રીતે એને ઇલેક્ટ્રોલાઇટ પરચેસ કરવા, કઈ ટેકનોલોજી વાપરવી, એનું બધું નોલેજ કરી અને 6 મહિનાની અંદર આપણી સામે એક પ્રોજેક્ટ સામે મૂકશે. અને એ પ્રોજેક્ટ મૂક્યા પછી આપણા બધા કચ્છી ઇન્વેસ્ટર્સ એની ટિકિટ સાઇઝ ફ્રોમ 3 crores to up to then there is no limit. સો 3 કરોડથી શરૂઆત કરી અને એ ટિકિટ સાઇઝ એ પ્રમાણે આપવામાં આવશે. એટલે હમણાં ગ્રીન કચ્છ નેક્સ્ટ જેન એને લીઝ કરવામાં આવશે, કંડલા પોર્ટ એને લીઝ કરશે અને આ કંપની પછી સબ લીઝ કરશે. Am I very clear what we are talking about? So it will be subleasing to the investor who is investing. Right now અમને જે હમણાં ફિગર્સ મળેલા છે એ 14% મળેલા છે. હમણાં હજી ઘણા બધા એની અંદર એટલે 14% પ્રોફિટ માર્જિન ઓન ઇન્વેસ્ટમેન્ટ. આના ઉપર ઘણું બધું હજી સંશોધન બાકી છે. આની અંદર ધ મેઇન પાર્ટ ઓફ ધીસ વન ઇઝ ધ ગ્રીન એનર્જી, એટલે જ્યાંથી સોલાર પાવર આવે અને એ 80% આના માટે ગ્રીન હાઇડ્રોજન માટે યુઝ થાય છે. તો એ આપણને કેટલું સસ્તું હજી મળી શકે એના માટે વર્કઆઉટ ચાલુ છે. સો ધીસ ઇઝ અ લેન્ડમાર્ક I can say MOU which happened in this વાઇબ્રન્ટની અંદર. આપણને એ જ દિવસે રાતના આપણને મિનિસ્ટ્રીથી નોડ આવ્યો અને આપણે MOU કર્યું આની અંદર. આઈ થિંક સો કચ્છી ઇન્વેસ્ટર માટે ROI, this would be the best in Kutch, I think so far. Thank you very much. આગળ આપણે એન્સિલરી ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝ, પાવર ઇલેક્ટ્રોનિક્સ, ગ્રીડ સ્ટોરેજ એન્ડ એનર્જી. હવે આ એન્સિલરી ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝ જે છે વેર અ સ્મોલ ઇન્વેસ્ટમેન્ટ રિક્વાયર્ડ બટ લોટ ઓફ માર્જિન્સ, આ બધાની બ્લુ પ્રિન્ટ ઇઝ રેડી. આ જેટલા બી પ્રોજેક્ટ્સ છે એની બ્લુ પ્રિન્ટ રેડી છે. તમને વિચારશે કે મને આ પ્રોજેક્ટમાં કરવું છે, ત્યાં જઈને કામ કરવું છે, એના માટેની શું શું જરૂરત છે. સો દેટ બ્લુ પ્રિન્ટ ઇઝ રેડી. This is green tech engineers and technicians which have been required. તમે ટ્રેનિંગ પ્રોગ્રામમાં હો અથવા તમારે ત્યાં જોબ જોતું હોય તો એના માટે આ અવેલેબિલિટી છે. લોટ ઓફ ઓપોર્ચ્યુનિટી ઇઝ અવેલેબલ. વી-ટ્રાન્સ અને JYF મળીને એક આપણે જોબ ફેર અહીંયા કરી રહ્યા છે. કચ્છની ફોકિયા અને ગાંધીધામ ચેમ્બર ઓફ કોમર્સ એ બધાની કંપનીઓને એટલે લગભગ 60થી 70 કંપનીઓને આપણે અહીંયા મુંબઈ બોલાવવાના છીએ અને 1-to-1 આપણે ઇન્ટરવ્યૂ કરી અને ડિરેક્ટ પ્લેસમેન્ટ્સ આપણે આપવાના છે. સો વી આર ટાર્ગેટિંગ 300 સ્ટુડન્ટ્સ એટલે 300 ફેમિલીઝ ટુ શિફ્ટ ફ્રોમ મુંબઈ ટુ કચ્છ એટ અ વન ગો. સો the date which has been finalized is the 5th March. આ ઓપન ફોરમની અંદર તમે બી તમારું રજિસ્ટ્રેશન કરાવી શકો છો અને આ જોબ ફેરની અંદર પાર્ટિસિપેટ કરી શકો છો. બ્લુ ઇકોનોમી, લોજિસ્ટિક, મેરીટાઈમ, અગેન અ બિગ ઘણું આપણે કહીએ કે બિગર પૈસાવાળું આખું સેક્ટર છે. પણ એની અંદર જે નાના જે વસ્તુ છે દેટ ઇઝ ધ મોસ્ટ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ. ધ વેરહાઉસિંગ એન્ડ કોલ્ડ ચેન, ધીસ ઇઝ ધ મોસ્ટ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ થિંગ. આજે આપણે લાસ્ટ ટાઈમ બી વાત કરી હતી કે આ 9થી 12% વચ્ચે આની અંદર છૂટે છે અને 5 કરોડ સ્ક્વેર ફીટ રિક્વાયર્ડ 3 years. This is a government figures I am talking about. This is the latest 2 મહિના પહેલાં જ્યારે સર્વે થયું અને આપણે વાઇબ્રન્ટની અંદર આ મૂકવામાં આવેલું છે. 5 કરોડ સ્ક્વેર ફીટ વિચ ઇઝ બીન રિક્વાયર્ડ. સો યુ કેન ઇમેજિન કેટલી બધી આપણને ડિમાન્ડ વિચ ઇઝ બીન ધેર રાઇટ નાઉ એટ કચ્છ. એટલે આની અંદર બિગ મની ઇઝ નોટ રિક્વાયર્ડ. દેટ્સ આઈ એમ નોટ ટોકિંગ ઇન ક્રોર્સ, ડેફિનેટલી ઇન લેક્સ. ઓફકોર્સ આ ટ્રક ઓનર્સ એન્ડ લોજિસ્ટિક સપ્લાય, તમને નાનો ટ્રાન્સપોર્ટ બિઝનેસ કરવો છે, ડેફિનેટલી વી-ટ્રાન્સ ઇઝ ઓન અ વેરી હાઈ સ્કેલ. 90 lakhs truck trips which we are expecting in next 2 years. 90 lakhs truck trips. તો લોજિસ્ટિક્સ છે તો તમને એની સર્વિસ જોશે, પેટ્રોલ પંપ જોશે, એનર્જી આપણે પાવર સ્ટેશન્સ જોશે, કેટલી બધી વસ્તુ છે. પાવર સ્ટેશન, આજે તમે નાનું પાવર સ્ટેશન લગાવો 5 લાખની અંદર પાવર સ્ટેશન લાગે છે જ્યાં તમારી એનર્જી તમે તમારી ગાડીને તમે ત્યાં ચાર્જ કરી અને મૂકીએ. આજે 200 કિલોમીટરની વચ્ચેમાં આ પાવર સ્ટેશન્સ અવેલેબલ નથી. તો લેસ ઇન્વેસ્ટમેન્ટ યુ કેન મેક મિન્ટ મની રાઇટ નાઉ એટ કચ્છ. ટુરિઝમ એન્ડ બોર્ડર ઇકોનોમી, હમણાં એક મોડલ વિલેજ બનાવી રહ્યા છીએ. એક આપણો ધોરડો ઓલરેડી છે, એવી રીતે બિદડાની અંદર એક વેલનેસનો કોન્સેપ્ટ આવ્યો છે કે વેલનેસ વિલેજ બનાવીશું. હમણાં જ હર્ષભાઈ માનનીય ગૃહમંત્રી સાથે વાત થઈ અને ફાઇનલાઇઝેશન થયું. એક આપણે માંડવી રોડ ઉપર મોડલ વિલેજ બનાવી રહ્યા છે જેમાં આપણે કોઈ બી ફોરેન કન્ટ્રીમાં જઈએ અને આપણે વિલેજ જોવા ખાસ જઈએ એવી જ રીતે આ મોડલ વિલેજ બનાવવામાં આવે છે. એમાં બધી જ વસ્તુ હોય એટલે ફોરેનર્સ ત્યાં આવે તો એને બધી જ વસ્તુ મળી રહે એવું આ વિલેજ છે. હવે એમાં તમે શું કરી શકો? તો આ મોડલ વિલેજમાં ઇટ્સ ઓલ PPP મોડલ. ગવર્મેન્ટ ઇઝ ગોઈંગ ટુ સ્પેન્ડ 400 crores. એણે આ આખો પ્રોજેક્ટ કચ્છ મિત્રને આપી દીધો છે. તો એ કચ્છ મિત્ર ઇઝ ગોઈંગ ટુ લાઇસન્સ આઉટ. હવે કચ્છ મિત્ર ઇઝ ગોઈંગ ટુ મેક અ ટેન્ડરિંગ પ્રોસેસ અને મૂકશે કે ભાઈ તમને આજે કોઓપરેટિવ બેંક બનાવી છે, તમને બુંગા બનાવવાના છે, તમને રોડ બનાવવાનું છે, તમને XYZ એવી 25 આઇટમો છે. એ 25 આઇટમમાં તમે પાર્ટિસિપેટ કરી શકો છો. So it's going to be very open, transparent thing which is going to do it out in a PPP model which has been there. એ જ મેં વાત કરી હમણાં તમારી સાથે સેક્ટર ઓપોર્ચ્યુનિટીઝ. ઓફકોર્સ હેન્ડીક્રાફ્ટ અને MSME આપણી પાસે ઓલરેડી આ સેક્ટર છે. એને બ્રાન્ડિંગની હમણાં સૃજનને 2 જ જણા કરી રહ્યા છે. એમાંથી તમને લાગે કે આને હું સરસ રીતે માર્કેટિંગ કરી શકું છું, બ્રાન્ડિંગ કરી શકું છું, વી કેન ડુ ઇટ આઉટ. હમણાં ડેનમાર્કની અંદર 5 અને 7 જૂનની અંદર કચ્છ મિત્ર પોતાનું ઇન્ટરનેશનલ હેન્ડીક્રાફ્ટ ત્યાં કરી રહ્યું છે. તો આવું જ વસ્તુ ત્યાં કંઈ કરી શકો તમે અને તમે એઝ અ તમારી બ્રાન્ડ તરીકે ત્યાં સ્થાપિત કરી શકો છો. નોટ બિગ અમાઉન્ટ, યુ મે રિક્વાયર ઓનલી 10 lakhs rupees ઓર 15 lakh rupees. તમે તમારો સામાન લઈ આવો, ત્યાં તમે તમારો પ્રદર્શિત કરો, જેટલો વેચાય એટલો તમારો, જેટલો ન હોય તમે પાછો આપો. સો સમથિંગ ધેટ કેન બી વર્કડ આઉટ. ઓફકોર્સ ધ એગ્રીકલ્ચર, આના માટે જે હમણાં ડેવલપમેન્ટ થયું છે લાસ્ટ 1 yearની અંદર, આપણા માનનીય એજ્યુકેશન મિનિસ્ટર ચાંગા આપણા કચ્છના જ છે, હમણાં ત્રિકમ ચાંગા, એની સાથેનું ડેવલપમેન્ટ કહી દઉં તમને. ખારેક માટેનું ઇન્ક્યુબેશન સેન્ટર હમણાં મુન્દ્રામાં છે, એને વર્લ્ડ લેવલનું આપણે બનાવી રહ્યા છે. સો એગ્રીકલ્ચરની અંદર ડેટ્સની કેટલી બધી વસ્તુ બની શકે એવું સેન્ટર આપણે હમણાં આપણે ભોરારાની વિલેજની બાજુની અંદર આ બનાવી રહ્યા છે એગ્રીકલ્ચર સેક્ટર. So Krushi University we are starting in Kutch. This is a new development which is happening it out. પછી તો એમપીએ શું કામ કર્યા બિકોઝ એમપી વોઝ ધેર. સો આ મને જસ્ટ તમને બ્રીફ કહેવું હતું કે અલગ અલગ સેક્ટર્સની અંદર શું કરી શકાય. માય થિંગ ઇઝ ધીસ વન કે ટ્રેન છૂટી ગઈ છે, તમે બધા જ આની અંદર ક્યાં ને ક્યાં બોર્ડ થઈ જાઓ. દેટ ઇઝ ધ મોસ્ટ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ થિંગ. લોડ ઓફ ઓપોર્ચ્યુનિટીઝ. અને જેમ એમપી ઓલા દિવસે કીધું કે તમે જમીન તમારી નહીં વેચતા, આજે તમે એક્સ જમીન ઉપર એક્સ પ્રાઇસ લઈને કહો છો. I am talking with Adani's, I am talking with Reliance, I am talking with almost all corporates in Kutch. I am just saying it out. Within 3 years, your amount will be 4 times. I am not joking. In 3 years, your amount of land will be 4 times what I am talking about. So I would request તમે તમારા મિત્રો, તમારા ફ્રેન્ડ્સ, તમારા કચ્છી જેટલા બી જણા હોય એને કહેજો કે તમારા ગામમાં તમારી પાસે વંડો હોય, તમારી પાસે જમીન હોય, ખેતર હોય, પ્લીઝ વેચતા નહીં. વેચવી હોય તો એક સાથે કોર્પોરેટ, હમણાં અમે લોકો એક ગામની અંદર કરી રહ્યા છે જેમાં 700 એકર એક સાથે બધાનું મળી અને પછી ઓલા કંપની સાથેની ડીલિંગ કરવાની. સો ઇટ્સ મચ બેટર, યુ ગેટ અ મચ બેટર પ્રાઇસ. Okay, I think so. It was not my presentation. Mr. Ramesh Soni is going to have the presentation. It was so kind that Mukesh Bhai as well as Ashok Bhai gave me an opportunity to interact with you. મારું એટલું જ કહેવું છે, KCF અને JYF એક ત્યારે પ્રોગ્રામ કર્યો, સેમિનાર કર્યો, અને એ સેમિનાર પછી એક સેમિનાર કેટલું બધું રિઝલ્ટ લાવી શકે છે મારે કહેવું છે. એક સેમિનાર અને પછી એના પછીનો 4 મહિનાનું ફોલોઅપ, આજનું MOU અને હવે પછી 3000 કરોડનું લોકોનું ઇન્વેસ્ટમેન્ટ એ ખરેખર આપણને ફળદાયી રહેશે. થેન્ક યુ વેરી મચ લેડીઝ એન્ડ જેન્ટલમેન.
This was out of syllabus but very important. અને આપણે બધા કચ્છી છીએ એટલે કચ્છ માટેનું આવું કાંઈ ડેવલપમેન્ટ સાંભળવાની બહુ મજા બી આવે. અને એમણે જે કહ્યું, હું ગઈકાલે જ આજે સવારે જ આવ્યો છું, મતલબ હું રણોત્સવથી આવ્યો છું. ધ વે પીપલ આર કમિંગ દેર, ધ કાઇન્ડ ઓફ ડેવલપમેન્ટ વી સી, ધ કાઇન્ડ ઓફ એમ્પ્લોયમેન્ટ ઓપોર્ચ્યુનિટી આઈ હેવ સીન. સો થિંગ્સ આર રિયલી ચેન્જિંગ ફોર ધ કચ્છ. એટલે બહુ અગત્યનું બી હતું. એટલે આઈ થિંક ધીસ વોઝ અ વેરી ઇનસાઇડ ઇન્ફોર્મેશન વિચ વી હેવ રિસીવ્ડ. થેન્ક યુ વેરી મચ. So coming back to our own topic, I am happy to see few people here because આ નાનો હોલ છે પણ ઇટ્સ ફૂલ એકદમ ભરેલો છે અને તમારું એનર્જી લેવલ બી સારું છે ને આટલા બધા લોકો અહીં આ સબ્જેક્ટને સમજવા માટે આવ્યા છે. તો આઈ હોપ કે જ્યારે તમે અહીંયાથી જશો ત્યારે લેબર લો અને ESI રિલેટેડ જે સબ્જેક્ટ છે એના પરથી સારી જાણકારી લઈને જશો તમે. આપણે સેશન શરૂ કરીએ આપણું એના પહેલાં એક રિક્વેસ્ટ છે કે તમારા મોબાઈલને સાયલેન્ટ મોડ પર રાખી દેજો, જો ન રાખ્યા હોય તો, જેથી કરીને આપણને આગળ ડિસ્ટર્બન્સ ન થાય. આગળનું શરૂ કરતાં પહેલાં હું મુકેશભાઈને રિક્વેસ્ટ કરીશ કે આપણા KCF માટે જે અમે KCFમાં કામ કરી રહ્યા છીએ અને લોકોને કઈ રીતે મદદરૂપ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીયાલિસ્ટ અને બિઝનેસને કરી રહ્યા છે એ ઉપર એ થોડું એમનું KCFની બાબતમાં થોડા શબ્દો કહે.
થેન્ક યુ પ્રવીણભાઈ. ફરીથી હાર્દિકભાઈ માટે જોરદાર તાળીઓ. જે કામ કરી રહ્યા છે, વી કેન સે દેટ આપણા કચ્છી કમ્યુનિટી માટે ઉગતો સિતારો, જે આપણને આગળ જેમ KCF એક આગળની એક દોર બતાડે છે, હાર્દિકભાઈ એટલું જ મોટું, બહુ જ મોટા સ્કેલ પર કામ કરી રહ્યા છીએ. તો વી આર પ્રાઉડ ઓફ યુ હાર્દિકભાઈ કે આટલું સરસ કામ કરી રહ્યા છો. થેન્ક યુ વેરી મચ. અને KCF અને JYF જેના એ ચેરમેન છે, પ્રમુખ છે, સૌરાષ્ટ્ર ટ્રસ્ટના ચેરમેન ટ્રસ્ટી છે, તો જોઈન્ટલી વી હેવ બીન એબલ ટુ ડુ મેની પ્રોગ્રામ્સ. સો વી આર હેપી અને આગળ હજી વધારે આપણે કરી શકશું. જોબ ફેર બી સાથે કરશું. તો થેન્ક યુ વેરી મચ. આ 2 વર્ષમાં બહુ સરસ અમે વેલિંગકર સાથે, હાર્વર્ડ સાથે, JYF સાથે જે આપણે પાર્ટનરશિપ્સ કરી છે, થેન્ક્સ ટુ અશોકભાઈ જ્યાં બધામાં ઇન્વોલ્વ રહ્યા છીએ. હા, એક વચલો મિડલમેન જોઈએ ને ઘણીવાર. તો સારું, આપણે બધાનું સારું ઈચ્છીએ, તમે જેમ કહો છો એકબીજાને ગમતા રહીએ, તો બસ એવું જ છે. અને ડોન્ટ, આજે મારો મેસેજ એ છે કે મારી ટર્મ હવે 2 વર્ષની કેસીએફમાં એઝ અ પ્રેસિડેન્ટ હોય એ પૂરી થવા આવી છે, માર્ચમાં પૂરી થશે. તો ટુડે આઈ એમ નોટ ગોઈંગ ટુ ટોક અબાઉટ વોટ કેસીએફ હેઝ ડન, કારણ કે લગભગ બધા મેમ્બરો જ હાજર છે. ધીસ ઇઝ લાઇક અ ફેમિલી. ડોન્ટ ફીલ ધીસ એઝ એન ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન. થિંક અબાઉટ ઇટ એઝ અ ફેમિલી. બધા ભાઈઓ છે, બધા અલગ અલગ ધંધામાં છે, એવી રીતે વિચારો તો જ આપણું બોન્ડિંગને વધારે થાય. બટ ટુડે હું બધા 4-5 લોકો પાસેથી 30 સેકન્ડથી 1 મિનિટમાં વોટ ઇઝ યોર પર્સપેક્ટિવ અબાઉટ કેસીએફ, તમે કયા નજરથી કેસીએફને જુઓ છો એ તમે જરા શોર્ટમાં કહો. ઇટ કુડ બી ક્રિટિકલ ઓલ્સો એન્ડ દેટ ઇઝ ગોઈંગ ટુ બી મોર ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ કે કેસીએફે શું નથી કર્યું, શું કરવું જોઈએ અને શું સારું કર્યું, જે બી તમારા મનમાં હોય. બટ દેટ ઇઝ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ ફોર અસ, કારણ કે અમે અહીંયાથી અમારા નજરથી તમને પીરસે આ છે આ ખાઓ, એવું ના હોવું જોઈએ. જે બધાને જોઈએ છે એ સમજવું પણ જરૂરી છે. તો અરાઉન્ડ 5 પીપલ 30 સેકન્ડ્સ ટુ 1 મિનિટ, નોટ મોર દેન દેટ, એક તમારી સમજ અબાઉટ કેસીએફ, આઈ વુડ એપ્રિશિએટ દેટ. હા, વાપીવાળા બી જેને જે, હા વાપીવાળા બી આવશે બોલવા. હિતેશભાઈ તો રાહ જુએ છે હું ક્યારે આવું આગળ. તો પ્લીઝ કમ, જેને બી કંઈક બોલવું હોય આવો પ્લીઝ. સારું જ બોલવું એવું જરૂરી નથી. આજે ક્રિટિકલની વધારે મજા આવશે.
I will talk in English. I have joined the KCF and KCF has given me the opportunity to do the Harvard University, Harvard Business School course from USA. ઘર બેઠા બેઠા એ પણ પોતાની સગવડે, અને 1.5 મહિનાના કોર્સમાં ઘણું બધું જાણવા મળ્યું. અને એ ઇન્ટર્ન હું મારા ઓફિસમાં થોડે ઘણે અંશે અમલમાં કરી શક્યો. એના માટે હું કેસીએફનો ખૂબ ખૂબ આભારી છું, જે મારું નોલેજ પણ એનહેન્સ કર્યું અને સાથે પ્રેક્ટિકલી મને મારા લાઈફમાં કામ આવ્યું. થોડુંક કામથી ડિટેચ થતાં, વધુ ડેલિગેશન કરતાં, પોતાની જ ટીમની સ્ટ્રેન્થ વધારતા, અને લીડરે જે ખરેખર કરવું જોઈએ કે બીજા બધા હવે લીડર બને એ ખ્વાબ જોતા. ધન્યવાદ.
હલો. હલો. CA પ્રવીણ ચાંપસીગાલા. લાસ્ટ આઈ થિંક 4 વર્ષ પહેલાં I was there in KCF as a committee member for 4 earlier years. What I see as of that time and now, that time we were thinking about how to increase our business or whatever sales or the profit in terms of percentage. કે આપણે કહેતા હતા કે ચલો કેટલા percentage આપણે વધારી શકીએ છીએ. But since last 4 years, I have seen in multiples that we are talking of 10x now. That's a great achievement, I would say, કારણ કે આપણું આખું હોરાઇઝન બદલાવી નાખ્યું છે. અને મને એ કહેતા ખૂબ જ આનંદ થાય છે કે I was also representing Wagad community. So Wagad Graduates Association, I was the founder secretary. અને we are looking forward to have the joint sessions or the joint programs along with KCF, because we have bought a new premises called multi-purpose center at Dadar, in the centralized place of 3,764 carpet area. We have made a conference room beautiful. We have made seminar rooms, and so we would like to help our Kutchi community with the joint ventures with the KCF and SVGA, a lot of things for the business, for the startups, for the new generations, and a great time is coming up for all of us. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. Who Kachi Nathi? In spite of not being a Kachi, I've joined this. Wonderful sharing of knowledge, and it's a great place to network with people. Uh, as you said, being critical is very important. The most important part is what we do. Not many people outside the organization know. So each one of us should bring in more members so that everybody can take most advantage of what all you do. You're very concurrent. मतलब જે current topics હોય છે એના ઉપર બધા specifically programs થાય છે. That's a wonderful, and you people being the leaders are able to grasp the pulse of the market and bring in people. So thank you so much. Very, very grateful to all the hard work that you people do. Thank you.
Good evening, Mukesh uncle, Ashok uncle. I remember 3 years back, I had first time come to KCF for the labor law discussion. That was my first instance and exposure to KCF. And 3 years later also I'm here today to learn a little more about ESI. It's become applicable to hospitals also. So this would be a good session for that. More importantly, I think for me, KCF has been an opportunity to reconnect back with our community. Being a chartered accountant and being exposed to like my college, which was a Sindhi college, HR. Of course, I was not as connected to the Kutchi community as much as I have become through KCF. More importantly, I think the tie-up with Wellinkar has been amazing. Professor Uday's energy is really something which inspires me to want to kind of grow further. All of the various X to 10X have allowed us to expand our thinking as well. When we have, world-class companies within our Kutchi community, how do we take our team, our promoters to, that next level? So I have, Mukesh uncle to thank for that, Ashok uncle to thank for that, and the overall committee of KCF. I know the amount of efforts you all put in. We as participants may not even be absorbing as much as the effort you all have put in. But every time I'm here, there is always something to learn and take away. So thank you for that.
Okay, I can speak from here itself. Okay, Jai Jinendra. And I would, when I see the Jodi, Ashok Bhai and Mukesh Bhai, so let me tell about that first. तो जैसे जय वीरू है, धर्मवीर है, वैसे they have the best Jodis. I mean, they are doing the best. I mean, my very first the seminar was at I think BKC. And that gives an idea. I mean, see, they inspire. See, they keep every seminar in such a way that everyone gets some inspiration out of it. So I will tell you two instances. One is the BKC one, where you need to make your company in such a way that you can list your company. So plan from the day one so that, you can see your company reaching at the top. So that gives you an inspiration. Number two, second inspiration is at this age also they are so energetic. So I think at that age also we should be more energetic than them. The third thing is about their visit to Vapi. I would say that was one of the kind. Whoever missed it, I think they missed it in a big way, I would say. See, I'm a very small manufacturer and an exporter, and I would tell my experience about it. I mean, I have never seen a company working in such a different manner. Big companies. We have seen the companies are big, they're doing big turnovers and everything. But turnover is not everything. The system, what they place, how they manage their raw materials, how they manage their systems, what kind of automations they have done. That is very, very important to understand. So I will be always grateful to KFC, to Mukesh Bhai and Ashok Bhai for the WAPI thing for the lifetime. Thank you so much.
અમે બધાએ નારાજ કર્યા કારણ કે આઈ વોન્ટેડ ટુ હિયર સમથિંગ નેગેટિવ કે જ્યાંથી અમે ઇમ્પ્રૂવ થઈ શકીએ. આ ઇમ્પ્રુવમેન્ટનો તો સ્કોપ રાખ્યું જ નહીં. એક માર્કેટિંગનું તમે કીધું પણ એ તો એમણે સ્વ ઉપર લીધો છે ને. આપણે બધા મેમ્બરોએ 10 મેમ્બર લઈ આવવાના છે, બરાબર ને?
લાઈક લાસ્ટ ટાઈમ આઈ ટોલ્ડ દેટ કે જેટલા બી સેમિનાર્સ થાય છે એનું ફોલોઅપમાં જે વસ્તુ થાય છે, ઇફ એનીથિંગ ઇઝ હેપનિંગ સમ લાઈક ધીસ MOU ઇઝ ધ વન થિંગ વિચ ઇઝ હેપન. હવે આમાંથી કોઈક ઇન્ડિવિજ્યુઅલી કંઈ પ્રોગ્રેસ કરે છે, પ્લીઝ સેન્ડ અસ ટુ ધ જન્મભૂમિ કચ્છ મિત્ર સો વી કેન પબ્લિસાઇઝ. ઇન ધ રિટર્ન વી ગેટ અ માર્કેટિંગ ઓફ KCF and in return we can get a new members. So I would request KCF to send that press notes on a regular basis કે ભાઈ what are the achievements of any seminars and workshop so we can publicize and get the more people. Thank you.
જે આપણું રિપોર્ટ ઓફ ધ વાપી ટૂર એ જરા તૈયાર કરો અને 2 દિવસમાં ઇટ શુડ રીચ હાર્દિકભાઈ. તો મોર એન્ડ મોર પીપલ વિલ ગેટ ઇન્સ્પાયર્ડ ટુ જોઈન. ફોટોઝ અને રાઇટઅપ ઓલ્સો. તો એ બરાબર વ્યવસ્થિત ફૂલ વ્યવસ્થિત એ મોટું આર્ટિકલ એ છાપશે. યા દેટ હેઝ ટુ બી ડન. અને ઇન ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશનલ સ્ટ્રેન્થ આઈ વિલ ટેલ યુ વી આર વેરી વેરી વીક. કારણ કે આપણી ન ઓફિસ છે ન માણસો છે. જે છે એ અમે લોકો કામ કરીએ છીએ. સો દેર ઇઝ લોટ ટુ ડૂ. એટલે સમ પીપલ વી વોન્ટ. કમિટી છે અમારી બહુ મોટી, બટ 35 લોકોની કમિટી છે, 3.5 લોકો કામ કરે છે. હવે હું 50 લોકોની કમિટી બનાવીશ તો 5 લોકો કામ કરશે. તો કોણ ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ છે, હુ વોન્ટ્સ ટુ કોન્ટ્રીબ્યુટ, આગળ આવો, તમને બી ચાન્સ મળશે. તો પણ એ જિજ્ઞાસા હોવી જોઈએ ટુ કોન્ટ્રીબ્યુટ એન્ડ વર્ક ફોર ધ સોસાયટી. થેન્ક યુ પ્રવીણભાઈ. નાઉ યુ કેન ટેક ધ સેશન.
Thank you, Mukesh Bhai. So this was a little about KCF અને જે મુકેશ ભાઈએ કીધું કે we want people to come forward and join our committee so that અમારી બી એનર્જી વધે અને અમને બી નવા પ્રોગ્રામ કરવા માટે થોડી હિંમત રહે. So now we come to today's subject. We have taken about half an hour of yours. So since implementation of 4 labor codes in November 25 and release of draft central rule, this is a high-stake topic for employers. Employers means businessmen, professionals, and HR managers. We are standing at a historic crossroads in Indian labor history with recent notifications of the 4 labor codes and significant updates from the ESI department. The rule of game have changed for almost more than 500 million workers and millions of employers. I mean, if you want to see the what impact it had given, if you have seen yesterday the result of Infosys. Now, Infosys in recent Q3 result, which was declared yesterday, it is a live example of impact of these changes. Yesterday, Infosys declared its Q3 result. In stock exchange filings, they stated that consolidated net profit fell nearly by 10% to 6,654 crores due to provision of 1,289 crores as one-time cost with new labor codes notified by government late last year. This was one of the impact. What is this labor law is going to impact us? So we are maybe at a very small scale. We may not realize this, but these Q3 numbers of Infosys can tell you the kind of important these labor laws are. So today, almost various fragmented laws will be streamlined into one law for future ready of the framework for the labor laws. I come to the speakers now. We are very happy to have a wonderful speakers to speak on this subject. To help us navigate this complex topic, we have with us Advocate Ramesh Soniji, who is a highly respected authority in labor laws with over 45 years of experience. He is the principal consultant of RLS Consulting and holds multiple qualifications in law, HR, and personal management. He has advised organization across industries for more than 4 decades and is a regular faculty and speaker at reputed institutions like Institute of Chartered Accountants of India and Institute of Company Secretaries of India, and many other institutions besides this. In recognition of his contribution, he has also been appointed as a public notary by the Government of India. I would like to have a round of applause for him. May I now request Praveen Chapsi Gala, who was our committee member, to come and offer a token of our love and respect for Mr. Ramesh Soniji, Advocate Ramesh Soniji, please. So I will introduce a second speaker also right now, so that when we start this next session, we will not have a continuous session. Our second speaker, this is a father-son jodi. Our second speaker is Advocate Jigar Soni, who brings a strong blend of legal expertise and corporate experience. He holds a global MBA in HR from SP Jain School of Global Management. He has international exposure through Franklin Templeton, Singapore, and he has worked with KPMG Mumbai for nearly a decade. For the past 10 years, he has been associated with RLS Consulting, and he has advised organizations on labor law, compliances and practices. Together, this brings a perfect balance of experience and modern perspectives. Please join me in warmly welcoming Advocate Ramesh Soniji and Jigar Soniji. I would now request Nisha ji to come and offer a token of our love and respect. Thank you. So without taking much of our time, I would request Advocate Ramesh Soniji to start his session. Thank you.
We can start. Friends, good evening to everybody. Please clap your hands. और जोर से. Wow, wow, wow. This proves that everybody has voted. This proves that everybody has voted. Thank you so much. Friends, I'm thankful to the KCF, my own institution, to part my little knowledge to friends like you. Just very short notice, last time we met Ashok Bhai, Mukesh Bhai, and I have suggested that particularly for the ESI, that new scheme has declared and they have extended for 1 month, so we would like to give the benefit to our community, our KCF members. That was our basic idea. And after that, just whatever the 4 codes, the 29 labor acts, which has merged into 4 codes. Codes means it has mentioned in the act that when more than one act merge, then it is called as a code. So 29 Central Labor Act, which has merged into 4 codes. And just Jigar will be giving broad idea about that, because government has already declared and they have given the 45 days time for suggestions and objections. After that, these rules will be finalized and it will be implemented in our country, because our country wants to become number 1 in the world. What is the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister? Friends, I would like to focus particularly for the spree that I'll just explain you. Here I would like to give brief idea of Indian labor laws. No doubt it has converted into the 4 codes, but just brief idea. First is the ESI, just scheme is applicable, this act is applicable when 10 or more persons are working, whether it is office, factory, shop, छोटी दुकान नानी दुकान હશે તો પણ આ કાયદો લાગુ પડે છે. Because I have seen in our Kutchi community, વાગડ community, 10 માણસો ક્યારે પણ થઈ જાય છે. But we were not aware because I came to know that after the last date is 31st of this month. After that, this department would like to do the aggressive survey and they want to catch the so many employers, and last 5 years records had to produce and penalty and liability. So I don't want my community people should suffer. That was my vision. Friends, ESI 10 or more persons, then act is applicable. Contract Labor Act in Maharashtra as on today it is a 50 or more, but in now then this new code here 50 or more contract laborers are there, then only this act will be applicable. Here Payment of Bonus Act. Now as on today in Maharashtra, Karnataka and Gujarat where 10 or more persons are working, this act is applicable. Apart from other state 20. Now common formula where 20 or more persons are working in any organization, this act will be applicable. Upper limit has been given that for the employee, particularly state government, to finalize. As on today it is 21,000 basic plus DA, act is applicable. Gratuity where 10 or more persons are working, act is applicable, payable on the basic plus DA. Then Jigar will give you what is that 50-50 and all. State professional tax is the revenue of the state government. Depend upon all the respective state government, they are having different formula, different slabs. Minimum Wages Act, here also go on, in a code they have mentioned that floor wages which will be decided by the central government. Then plus we have to add DA. So no employers, no government, any state government, employees as well as the private sector, they cannot pay lesser than the floor wage and plus DA. Still that amount is not notified. Equal remuneration, there is no discrimination between male, female and now third gender. It is not there in our country, that's what I have seen. Labor Welfare Fund, this is the welfare activity of the working class. Here also very small amount is taken from the employees and employers and various benefits are payable by this department. Here Maharashtra I would like to give, Maharashtra we have to pay 2 times, June and December salary, 25 rupees employees contribution, 75 rupees employers contribution, total 100 rupees per employee. June contribution has to be paid on or before 15th July, December contribution has to be paid on or before 15th Jan. So here also welfare activity, live example in Maharashtra we can see Kamgar Stadium at Parel or Prabhadevi, whatever you can say. Here Employees Compensation Act, very important. Wherever ESI Act is not applicable, then automatically Employees Compensation Act comes into the picture. Suppose you are having few employees where Act is not applicable, then automatically Employees Compensation Act is applicable. So it is very much advisable to take insurance from any of the non-life insurance company from your agent. You take the insurance, premium is very small, but when claims come, that will be very big amount. So this is my humble request to all of you. Payment of Wages Act, just here also, as on today, when this code will be implemented, apart before that, if up to 1,000 employees are working in India, then salary wages has to be paid on or before 7th of following month. More than 1,000 on or before 10th, employer has to pay salary or wages. When these new codes will be implemented in a country, then irrespective of number of employees, salary wages has to be paid on or before 7th of the following month. Suppose you can say 7th is holiday, then it should be 6th. 6th and 7th is holiday, then 5th, but not 8th. So please, we have to take care for that. Shops and Establishment Act, where no manufacturing activity is going on, then Shops and Establishment Act is applicable. Here also, particularly for the Maharashtra Shops and Establishment Act, I would like to say so many employers and so many my friends, even chartered accountants, and they says, अभी हम लोग को Shop and Establishment Act लागू ही नहीं, निकल गया. It is not like that. Please remember, ma'am. Even you are having one employee, Act is applicable, but it has minimized. Up to 19 employees, 19. Just you have to fill up online form number F, you will get the certificate in form number G one time. But 20 and more, then their procedure is lengthy. So please remember, Act is applicable, but government has liberalized. Sexual harassment of women at workplace, where 10 or more persons are working, then this Act is applicable. Just for information, we have to file annual return and all. Maternity Benefit Act, where 10 or more persons are working, Maternity Benefit Act is applicable. And here, just for highlight only, any female employee who works for more than 80 days in any organization, and she is pregnant, then we have to pay, employer has to pay 26 weeks salary, 26 અઠવાડિયા, that is roughly 6 months. And now there is some new, after the course, there are chances that maternity benefit amount may reduce because of that 50-50 criteria. Factories Act, where no manufacturing activities is going on, manufacturing activities is going on with the aid of power, then Act will be applicable. As on today in Maharashtra, where 20 or more persons are working with the aid of power, Factories Act is applicable. And if 40 or more employees are there, and manufacturing activities going without the aid of power, Act is applicable. Now we'll see what the government will decide for the pan-India. Interstate migrant workers, they are coming from one to other state, then this Act is applicable. Here, BOCW, Building and Other Construction Workers Act, here also benefits are there for the working class. Just this is a highlight. And where 20 or more people are working, more persons are working, then as on today, Provident Fund Act is mandatory, compulsory, voluntary coverage is possible. And single number, if number of employees are up to 9, then Shop and Establishment, Minimum Wages, Payment of Wages Act, Labour Welfare Fund, Employees Compensation Act, State Professional Tax Act, Equal Remuneration Act is applicable. Just this is a small highlight of the Indian labour laws. Now just I want to give brief idea about ESI because we have to pay attention to the spree. Basic objective of this Act is that this Act provides the secure sickness benefit, maternity benefit, disablement benefit, medical benefit, provide funeral expenses. Any person expires at home, but he is covered under ESI, attack aa gaya, then also they pay the 15,000 rupees to perform the final process, antim kriya mate. Provide benefit to the dependent, any accident taken place and person has expired, then lifetime pension is also there. So here I'll utilize for ESIC, LIC slogan, Jindagi ke saath bhi and Jindagi ke baad bhi. See, when the person is alive, then Jindagi ke saath bhi. Then person is not there, he expired, then also Jindagi ke baad bhi. ESIC takes care. This Act is applicable, as I told you, where 10 or more persons are working. That person may be the manager, may be the vice president, those who are getting salary wages. He may be the any type of person, maybe the computer operator, maybe the sweeper, or maybe the helper. That will be counted. Shops, factories, commercial establishment, and voluntary coverage is now permissible, which has been mentioned in the code. But still, ESI site yesterday also we have tried. That site is not permitting, but it will come after some time. So when even you are earlier compulsory minimum 10 employees, but here now they have liberalized. Less than 10 also they will be giving the coverage. But as on today, it is not possible, means not workable. Site they have not updated. Notified establishment by the government. Particularly new definition after this code. Just social security code is that basic wages equal to basic plus DA plus retention allowance. What is the retention allowance? Retention allowance is that particularly for the seasonal industries. I can give example of sugarcane mill, sugarcane industries. Just gold and sakar banavani factory hoche. There people are working for 6 to 8 months. Remaining 4 months that workers, supervisors remain idle. Then their employer is giving them some other work. So it is called as a retention allowance. But here, in our particularly Mumbai and all, retention allowance is not possible. Here, under the same new definition, basic plus the retention allowance consists of at least 50% of gross. Jigar will explain you now this new code Code on Wages 2019, it has mentioned that gross salary, at least 50% salary should be the basic plus DA. Balance 50% will be the other allowances. As on today, what employers are doing, suppose salary is 1 lakh rupees, that employer is just making 30% as basic plus DA, 70% all other allowance. Medical allowance, house rent allowance, books and periodical, children's education. Now it has become 50-50. 50% should be the basic plus DA. If it is lesser, then we have to add in a basic plus DA and make it 50%. That's why that gratuity liability will increase for the older employees. What sir has recently that given that Infosys example, because gratuity liability will drastically increase. Now ESI applicable to basic plus DA plus retention allowance, wage ceiling. As on today, wage ceiling is 21,000. Up to 21,000 ESI is compulsory. More than 21,000 ESI is not possible. Means department automatically you have to remove that person after the 6 months of that period, April to September and October to March. Then that person will be away from the ESI. He will be out of ESI. Then it is advisable to take the workman compensation, employees compensation, insurance. Sorry. Now, just I would like to, because this session I have suggested Mukesh Bhai and Ashok Bhai, particularly for the spree. This is declared by the ESI department. This is a golden opportunity for the employers, particularly. See now, this scheme, they have declared for 6 months, 1st July 25 to 31st December 25, but there were lot of demand. And last 5 days, site was not working. My staff, we were working night 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Kabhi site chalu hoga, kabhi site chalu hoga. So this matter has gone to the ministry also. They recognize that people want to register, but they are unable to register because of the site problem. So they have extended for 1 month. So now last date is 31st Jan 2026. Sorry. I'll take water. 1 second. Sorry. So friend, this is a golden opportunity for the all of us. Means those act is applicable for them, 10 or more persons. And this spree, basic benefit is that on spree, there is no back liability. 19 reply, suppose your company is getting covered under ESI before 2 years, 3 years. There is no back liability. You don't have to pay back amount, whatever the amount due. No damages, no penalty. Everything zero. The day in which you take the coverage, from that this act will be applicable. No verification of the back record. That is very good. Otherwise, we have faced this ESIC inspection that they say any repair and maintenance, इसके ऊपर ESI भरो. Light गया है, you have called some outsider. Repair in that bulb has changed, we have paid 300 rupees, pay 4% ESI contribution. So no back liability. That is a wonderful benefit from the department. And they have given everything in writing. The applicable, as I told you, ESI factory, summer shops and establishment are particularly uncovered. Those who are not employees and establishment, they can avail these beautiful benefits. That, as I told you, consider from the date on which, suppose you have registered today, so act will be applicable from today. Back for no liability. If it is coverable, then also they will not verify your back records. That is a very good. And no retrospective action will be taken, no any other liability. That is the main things are that date of registration declared, that will be the final date. No scrutiny, no liability, as I told you again, protection from no action will be taken for non-registered, registered factory establishment. All eligible employees also, you can get it registered. No demand for previous records. This is that circular department has issued for the 6 months on 1st July 2025. And later on 31st December night, they have extended the scheme for further period of 1 month, that they have issued the circular, just for our academic or knowledge purpose. Just partners, some people will say partners are coverable. No, partners are not coverable, even though their salary may be below 21,000 or 21,000. Directors, if directors' remuneration is 21,000 or below salary, then they will be coverable under the Act. Consultants, just like a VR consultant, so consultants are also not coverable. Suppose I am having 10 or more employees in my office or factory, shop, then coverable. But consultant less than 10, then not coverable, because consultant their staff visit the various employers' premises and all. So that's why they are not coverable. Suppose now chartered accountants office, you are having an article clerk. Suppose you are having 5 people staff, but 10 article clerks. Act is not applicable, because article clerks will not be treated as a employee. Just they are getting the stipend as per the institute norms. So 5 employees, no. So please remember that. Registration is, they are giving them Shram Suvidha portal is that. These are the basic documents are required. Partnership deed, article of association, memorandum. If you are having government any document, just like any GST number, PTAX number, cancel check. These are basic document you have to give and upload in the site online. No need to visit any office online. And 70 immediately you will get a 17 digits ESI code. It is at a code number, registration number, and with that you will get the user's ID and password. Just very simple procedure. But everything you can do at your own. No need to any help from the department or any other consultant or anybody. Just I have mentioned about the subcode. Suppose you are having main office in Mumbai. We are having various branches, pan-India, Delhi, Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, various part of the country. Then it is advisable to take the subcode number. Because why subcode number? Suppose now we have taken main code here. One person, your salesperson is at Delhi. He met with some accident, or he was hospitalized, and hospitalized also ESI pays the money more than 2 days. So for that, if we have taken subcode number, then it will be easy for that employee to submit the paper and avail the benefits. All amount, whatever the amount due to him, that will be credited to his bank account. So it is advisable, if you are having multiple branches, then please take subcode number. You don't have to pay anything more. You have to revise only separate challan, and now you can prepare the one challan and you can do that. So it is very good. I'm sure everybody must have taken, your people must have taken. One thing is that suppose you have any new person join in your organization is coverable under ESI Act. Then within 10 days you have to register. You have to generate his insurance card, which covers all family members' name and all, nominee and all. That card is permanent card, lifetime card. And that number is also, they will get insurance number, just like how we are getting the PAN number, PAN card, PAN number, and like that. Friends, just contribution prior to June 30th June 2019, 4.75 employers and 1.75 employees contribution was. Then again that contribution has been further reduced by the government. So employers contribution is only 3.25% of the salary, and employees, staff, workers 0.75% of the monthly salary, which is just 4%. But 4% માં કેટલું બધું covered છે, I'll just show it to you. Any employee whose salary per day is 176 rupees, now it is not there, but it is mentioned in the Act, then ESI scheme is free for them. They don't have to pay any contribution, but they will avail all the benefits. The amount has to be paid on or before 15th day of following month. We have to generate challan and we have to pay that contribution. Late payment, we have to pay interest and damages, means penalty. Interest rate is 12% per annum, and damages is maximum 25%. If delay is up to 2 months, then 5%, 2 to 4 months 10%, 4 to 6 months 15%. More than 6 month delay, then 25% damages, that is penalty, we have to pay. Challenge has to be paid online. Contribution is not payable particularly for any area. Suppose employers are giving sometime increment late. Increment is due in April, but they are paying in the July. So whatever areas they pay on that, you don't have to pay the ESI contribution. Of course, PF contribution has to be paid. This is period, it is there, 6 months, April to September and October to March. And if any employee is paid minimum 70 days contribution and he has fallen sick, 78 days contribution, if he has fallen sick during this period after 3 months, then they are entitled for the cash benefit. That I'll just show it to you. Suppose that any establishment, organization is covered under ESI Act. What is the benefit to the company? Maternity Benefit Act, care will be taken by ESI. And Employees Compensation Act, whatever accident takes place, that care will be taken by the ESI department, whose monthly salary as on today is 21,000 or below. Yeah, apart from that person, family members are also automatically covered, just like a family floater insurance, I can say in insurance language. Suppose that person is that his spouse is coverable, minor legitimate adopted son, dependent son of IP means insured person, son up till the age of 25 years, unmarried daughter, still she get married, a child with the mentally infirm and by physically any disability is there, then he is coverable till his lifetime, and dependent parents, mummy and papa, whose monthly income should not be more than 9,000 per month. Papa's income should not be more than 9,000 per month. Mummy's income should not be more than 9,000 per month. They all are automatically covered under the scheme, ESI Act. Suppose an employer has deducted ESI contribution. Due to any reason he has not paid, he is not paying. Any claims comes, then claim will be payable. Department will not refuse the claim. They will pay the claim. That amount and everything they will recover from the employer with interest, penalty, and sometimes any prosecution procedure is also that when amount is bigger amount. Friends, these are the 10 benefits. I'll just in one line I will be just showing you these are the 10 benefits under the ESI scheme. First is the medical benefit. Medical benefit, I have shown you entire family, they are entitled. From day one, if that person is registered from that, he is coverable. All medical benefits is available, including hospitalization. Then sickness. See, under ESI scheme, bypass surgery is also free up till. And we are having some write-up which has appeared in the media. For 1% treatment, ESI has spent more than 3 crores because there is no upper limit. If we buy the ESI, we buy any medical insurance, 10 lakhs, after that amount get exhausted, then says, सब खत्म हो गया अभी आपके पॉकेट से पे करो. It is not like that. No upper limit. Sickness benefit. Any person becomes sick for more than 2 days, then he will be entitled for 70% of the salary. Suppose doctor will advise first sickness certificate will give after say he is suffering from typhoid. After 12 days, doctor will give the fitness certificate. So first and last day are excluded. 10 days, 70% salary will be payable by ESI department. Employer company do not have to pay any salary wages. If employer is paying, then they should not, that employee should not claim from the ESI department. Maternity benefit, 26 weeks. That particularly female employee will be entitled for 26 weeks salary from the ESI department. And after 26 weeks, if doctor will certify that, yeah, madam is still not fit to resume the normal duty, then additional up to 1 month, that will be 7 months salary will be payable by the ESI department. Temporary disablement. Suppose any person while on duty, if he met with any accident, then he met with a fracture or something, till he recover, 90% of his salary will be paid by the ESI department. Permanent disablement, then lifetime pension also department gives. So here ESI covers person leave from the residence, come back to the residence, he is covered till that. That is all care will be taken by ESI department, any accident and all. And now in case of the deceased or old, insured person, dependent benefit, any person met with an accident and he expired while on the duty, suppose his salary is 20,000 rupees. 90% of salary will be paid as a monthly pension. That means 18,000 rupees per month. We have, with the department submitting the respective document, we are in this type of so many claim settlement. And during the COVID period, any person expired due to the corona, then also lifetime pension has been paid by the ESI department to that family. Then funeral expenses, as I told you, 15,000 rupees, Antim Kriya Mate. Medical benefit in old age, very good. Prior to the retirement, any person has paid minimum 5 years ESI contribution, then he retired. Suppose 55, 60, he retired after. Then every year he has to pay 120 rupees cash to the ESI. Then husband and wife both are coverable. Full medical benefit. 120 રૂપિયામાં full medical insurance, no upper limit. દુનિયાની કોઈ પણ ઇન્સ્યોરન્સ કંપની નથી જે 120 રૂપિયામાં અનલિમિટેડ મેડિક્લેમ ઇન્સ્યોરન્સ they can give. ESI is giving that. Medical benefit, unemployment allowance. Suppose any person has worked for 2 years and he has been terminated, company બંધ થઈ ગઈ, કાંઈ પણ થયું, then he will be getting unemployment benefit if he doesn't get any other job. First year, if he is unemployed, then 50% of salary monthly benefit. And second year also, he doesn't get the job, that 25% of that amount, he will be getting the unemployment benefit. And last is physical disabled employee. Any employee who is a physically disabled, then for them limit is 25,000 instead of 21,000. So these are the beautiful benefits under the ESI Act. Just this is repetition. Latest update on the Provident Fund. I want to just throw on the small light. Recently, yes, a Provident Fund department had released 2 schemes in our country. One is called as ELI, Employees Link Incentive. This has been declared in the presence of Honorable Prime Minister and in the budget, and they want to create more employment. They have mentioned a 3.5 crore job they want to create, including 1.92, particularly first-time employment that they want to clear. Friend, this scheme period is there, which has started already from 1st August 2025 to 31st July 27. Now, what are the benefits under this? Just highlights. Any person who knew he was not a member of PF, and if he joins, then he will be getting, that employee, staff member, worker will be getting 15,000. For first 6 months, 7,500. And second 6 months, he will be getting balance. He has to appear clear some exam, financial literacy, then balance 7,500. That amount will be credited to the bank account. But here, up to salary limit of 1 lakh rupees. 1 lakh સુધીના પગાર હશે અને પહેલા પીએફના મેમ્બર નહીં હશે એમને આ બેનિફિટ આપવામાં આવશે. And this amount will be directly credited to the bank account of that concerned employee. And what are the benefit to the employer? કંપનીને શું ફાયદો છે? ને એમાં condition છે કે suppose 50 or less employees are working, and if you 2 new employees, if you take them, earlier they were not a member of PF. So that 2 new employees will be entitled. If you are having 50 or more employees, then 5 new employees, new joiner you have to take. So that whatever the new joinees are there, they will be entitled for 15,000 rupees, 7,500, 7,500. Then those new employees join. Suppose that salary is up to 10,000, that employees, then company will be getting benefit 1,000, up to 10 to 20,000, 2,000 per month. More 20,000 and more 3,000 per month. That amount will be credited after 6 months to the company's account, to the employer's account. And this scheme is particularly for the 2 years, but for manufacturing unit, the scheme is for the 4 years. Payment is also to the employers will be as per the PAN card, PAN link. This is the circular of the department for our just knowledge purpose. Other scheme also they have floated. Scheme number 2. Those companies are coverable under Provident Fund, but they have not registered due to any reason, ABC reason. PF applicable છે પણ કોઈ પણ કારણસર PF નો નંબર લીધો નથી, રજિસ્ટર નથી લીધો. And those employees, ઘણા એમ્પ્લોયીને આપણે રજિસ્ટર નથી કર્યા, નંબર હોય તો પણ for this is the second scheme they have launched. It's a very beautiful scheme. Here also, just this is a highlight. The scheme name is Employees Enrollment Campaign 2025. Here the scheme is valid for 6 months. Just like a declaration આપણે કહીએ ને વોલન્ટરી VDS આવેલી ઘણા વર્ષો પહેલાં ઇન્કમ ટેક્સ માટે. તો this is one sort of that scheme. 1st November 25 થી આ સ્કીમ ચાલુ થઈ ગઈ છે. 30th April 2026 is a last date. Any employer can get registered under this scheme, and coverage period, any employee 1st July 2017 to 31st October 2025 ma any company is coverable under PF Act, but they have not taken PF registration, they have not paid contribution, or they are coverable but certain employees contribution they have not paid due to any reason, then they can avail this opportunity. Particularly here also eligibility 1st July 2017. So this period, during this period, anybody has missed out, then they can take this opportunity, grab this opportunity. And damages, this is a, I can say, penalty. As on today, penalty was 25,000 per person. Then just last year it has reduced to 1% per month. But here now penalty is only 100 rupees. But employee's contribution, if not deducted, question arise, it will be waived. Though employee માણસોનું contribution ભરવાનું નથી, માફ. But interest at the rate of 12% per annum that employer has to pay for this. So this scheme is also very beautiful. So if anybody is miss out, so please take the advantage. So I have prepared this write-up what I have told you. એના ઉપર આખી આ સ્કીમ ઉપર છે. So because just as I told you, 100 rupees penalty, multiple declaration not permissible. So just what I nutshell I told you, this is in detail. So just I want to say thank you. Now I will give it to the Jigar. Thank you so much. But those establishments who are coverable under ESI, please tell your friends or whatever the businessman, or if you are having your client, tell them they can get it registered online and they can avail this good opportunity. That is only this I have suggested to Mukesh Bhai and Ashok Bhai. They have immediately say yes, and very short notice they have arranged this. So thank you, sir, Mukesh Bhai, Ashok Bhai. I am very much thankful to you because we want to give best to our community. Thanks a lot. Now Jigar will take. Yeah. Jigar.
My bad. Am I audible? Yes. Perfect. Thank you. Can we have a slide? Perfect. So, spree समझ लिया. ESI registrations, the advantages of ESIC. Personally, I'm a big fan of ESI because after working in a corporate world, when I came back and I saw, wow, this is what we are doing. And back then when I was working at one of the big fours, what we were hearing was Obamacare launch किया, Obama ये किया, वो किया. हम 50 साल से ये कर रहे हैं, कोई ध्यान नहीं दे रहा है. So there are a lot of things which were done so nicely in the country, they just need a little highlight. So one of the such nice, not nice, at least still we are in transition thing which has happened is the codes. So what happened? 21st November, पता नहीं कौन बेड के कौन से साइड से उठा, लेकिन दोपहर को 3:15 बजे अनाउंस कर दिया, जो कोड्स 10 साल से आ रहे थे, 15 साल से आ रहे थे, codes were coming, codes were coming, codes were coming. Suddenly they came. हम लोग का लॉयर फेटर्निटी में, ओ हिंदी इंग्लिश मिक्स इज ओके राइट? हम लोग का लॉयर ग्रुप में, हाँ एक इनको दीजिए, एक मेरे को दीजिएगा. लॉयर ग्रुप में एक जोक चलते रहता था राम जी और कोर्ट दोनों कभी नहीं आने वाले. And then after a point that joke changed, राम आ गए लेकिन कोर्ट नहीं आने वाला. And suddenly at one point in time, courts आ गए. Can I get something to just keep the glass? It's not fitting in. It's okay. Just a chair would help. So this is what happened suddenly on 21st. We were wondering what to do. In fact, we had a session going on labor laws at that point in time. And we had finished the codes. And while we ended it saying, we don't know when the codes will come. And after 15-20 minutes, we announced, codes have come. And nobody knows what. In fact, while talking to Manish Bhai here, I told him, even today, while on our way here, there was a question from a client, 21st November से 30th November का compliance कैसे करने का? So this is something which happened very, very abruptly. Sorry, I'm recovering from a viral, so I'll keep on sipping warm water in between. So now, what have they done? Long story short, India had about 39, 50, 54, 55 labor acts. भर के पड़े हुए थे, ठीक है? They repealed, yeah, this may be a little small, but adjust with me. You're not missing anything. मेरा commentary ज़्यादा important है, मैं cover कर लूँगा. नहीं दिखा, I mean, if anyone not able to see, let me know, but there's nothing very important, वो Shrikar will let you know. So there were 44 labor codes, of which 15 were repealed. बहुत पुराना हो गया, निकाल दिया. Remaining 29 were made into Dal Bhat Shak Rotli. 4 parts, 4 codes. First, there was a wage code, which was the first one to be announced as well, 2019, which had 4 acts. Then there was IR code, Industrial Relations, which had 3 acts. Then there was Social Security Code, which had 9 acts. And then there was OSHA, Operational Safety, Health Security, which had the remaining 13 acts. So all these 13 were put in 4 different sections to make the jigsaw a little manageable. They made it 4 small puzzles. Coming to the first one, wage code. So what does wage code replace? Payment of Wages Act, which is more related to timely payment of wages, minimum wage, payment of bonus, and equal remuneration. Okay. While this is okay, but what was the most important thing which changed? There was a really funny thing, in India, and especially whenever we used to meet any international clients or foreign clients, PF का definition of wage अलग, ESI का definition of wage अलग, gratuity का definition of wage अलग. So that guy used to be like, आप wage उतना ही दे रहे हो, लेकिन suddenly आप बोलेगे सिर्फ रोटी include करना है, कभी बोलेगे सिर्फ दाल राइस include करना है, कभी बोलेगे सिर्फ रोटी और दाल include करना है. अरे just have something clear. So that's where that was the biggest change which I feel which happened in these codes. Finally, a standard definition, at least आज तक, आ गया है. What is that definition? Or rather, see, the Code on Wages defines that definition in section 2Y. Same thing, you move to Industrial Relations Code. Verbatim adoption. इतना मस्त कॉपी किया, अ का ध भी चेंज नहीं किया है. अ लिखा है तो अ लिखा है, ध लिखा है तो ध लिखा है, मिस्टेक किया तो वो भी कॉपी किया है. ठीक है? Third part, Social Security Code. Again, they expressly included the wage from here, but they included one point, which is you can pay wages in kind. यानी अगर example, मेरा कंप्यूटर का बिजनेस है, up to 15% of my wage I can pay in kind. मेरा नाश्ते का धंधा है. Up to 15% of my salary बोलता भाई ठीक है तेरे सैलरी नहीं तो 15% नाश्ता लेके जा, घर पे मजा कर. यहाँ पे डिस्काउंटेड प्राइस में मिलेगा ना, डायरेक्ट फ्रॉम द मैन्युफैक्चरर. समझा? And the last one is OSHA code, which relies entirely on wage code. So finally, we have a standard definition of wages. इससे अगर हम लोग जाके दुकान में बोलते हैं भाई एक प्लेन वाइट फुल स्लीव शर्ट दे, तो वो ऐसा नहीं बोलेगा इतना स्लीव चाहिए, इतना स्लीव चाहिए, इतना स्लीव चाहिए, जो पहला सिचुएशन था. नाउ इट्स बिकम वेरी स्टैंडर्डाइज्ड. द वेज हैज बीन क्लियरली डिफाइंड. Now, what is defined in this wage? वो डेफिनेशन ऐसा एक पेज और 2 लाइन का है. आई डोंट वांट टू पुट यू ऑल टू स्लीप, सो विल नॉट किल यू बाय डेफिनेशन, सेक्शन, सबसेक्शंस. सिंपली क्या किया है? योर वेजेस इंक्लूड बेसिक प्लस DA and retention allowance, but retention is important from a seasonal establishment point of view. So अपने लिए काम का नहीं है. Say if you are into sugarcane industry, where you just pay certain amount to retain people, कि भाई आज मेरे पास धंधा नहीं है, लेकिन कल जब काम आएगा तब तू रहना, वरना वो गन्ना सिर्फ चीटियाँ खा जाएगी. ठीक है? So that's where the retain allowance comes. So let's leave retaining allowance. Concept retain allowance का समझ गया? Let's leave it now. So in short, basic plus DA is your definition of wage. Clear? Now that basic plus DA should be minimum 50% of gross salary. इधर कुछ भी नहीं समझा प्लीज 4 बार पूछना. अगर ये नहीं समझा तो कितना भी वेज कोड खा के हजम कर लो, कुछ नहीं समझेगा. मतलब समझेगा लेकिन आउटपुट गलत आएगा. अब वैसे सीए बन जाओगे जिसका सब कुछ परफेक्ट है, खाली बैलेंस शीट का फिगर मैच नहीं होगा. ठीक है? सो डेफिनेशन ऑफ वेज 50%, मिनिमम 50% ऑफ ग्रॉस शुड बी बेसिक प्लस DA. लेकिन इंडिया है, क्या करने का उससे अच्छा लोग फोकस करते हैं क्या नहीं करने का. टैक्स कितना भरना है, अच्छा ठीक है बैलेंस शीट ऐसे बनाता हूं. करेक्ट? सो गवर्नमेंट वेंट अ स्टेप अहेड. गवर्नमेंट सेड इफ यू ट्राई टू बी स्मार्ट, दिस टाइम वी विल बी ओवर स्मार्ट. सो गवर्नमेंट सेड ऑफ द 100%, ठीक है, if you are smart, say ठीक है, ऑफ द 100% आप लोगों ने अगर 20% लिया बेसिक प्लस DA, ओके, 30% हो वॉट एवर, रिमेनिंग 80% आपने कुछ भी XYZ ले लिया. और हम लोग स्मार्ट है, बिकॉज बने आदमी ने एंड ऑफ द डे इंडियन यानी उसको हर एक चीज में जो भी कैलकुलेशन अभी हम 20% पे करेंगे. सर गवर्नमेंट ने बोला नहीं, ये 20% छोड़ के ये जो भी रिमेनिंग है, कितना है 20% छोड़ के 100 में से 20 माइनस किया तो कितना है 80. सो 50% से ये 80 में जितना भी ज्यादा है, 80 माइनस 50 फॉर मोस्ट ऑफ अस इट इज 30. ठीक है? करेक्ट? गलत नहीं है ना? This 30 will be added to this. So you can see that. घूम फिर के आप कुछ भी करो, but when it comes to a department, department is going to treat it minimum 50% of gross should be basic plus DA. Clear? उससे ज्यादा हुआ तो इंडिया है. अब पापा से 10 रुपया मांगने के 11 मिला तो प्रॉब्लम है. कभी वापस दिया है गलती से? नहीं दिया ना, तो चलेगा. मिनिमम 50 होना चाहिए. क्लियर? इफ दिस गोज रॉन्ग यू विल नॉट अंडरस्टैंड द कोड्स. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. ठीक है? 3 केस स्टडीज. फर्स्ट केस स्टडी, और आपका भी मेरे को पता था 40,000 सब एग्जाम्पल 40,000 का लिया. देखो मैजिक शो चल रहा है. ओके, केस स्टडी 1, बेसिक प्लस DA 50% ऑफ ग्रॉस. 40,000 का 50% 20,000. HRA 10%, 10,000. कन्वेंस, मेडिकल, फलाना ढींका जो भी हो 10,000. टोटल 40,000. इसका 50% 20,000 इज योर बेसिक प्लस DA. एज पर वेज कोड 20,000. नो प्रॉब्लम. क्लियर? एग्जाम्पल 2. अरे हाँ, मैं PPT शेयर नहीं करने वाला हूं, इसका फोटो ले लेना. Because the documents which you've given you are any which ways better and stronger than this. So, example 2, basic plus DA 16,000. 40% is what people have taken. Example 30%, 40%, 25%. वी टेक 50% ऑफ दिस 8,000, क्यों? क्योंकि इनकम टैक्स में 50% इसका मेरे को मिलता है, अलाउड है. सो 16,000 इज अ बेसिक प्लस DA, 8,000 इज अ HRA. बचा 16,000 कन्वेंस, टोटल 40,000. नाउ इन द सेकेंड केस, वेन एवर डिपार्टमेंट कम्स, डिपार्टमेंट बोलेगा टोटल ग्रॉस कितना है 40, उसका आधा 20. एज पर द codes, your salary is 20,000. Basic plus DA is 20,000. All your compliances have to be done minimum 20,000. ठीक है? थर्ड एग्जाम्पल 24,000 कर दिया. बेसिक प्लस डीए ये वही है, पापा से 10 रुपया मांगा, पापा ने 11 रुपया दिया. बेसिक प्लस डीए 24,000, HRA 12,000, कन्वेयंस 4,000, टोटल 40,000. नाउ 40,000 का 50% क्या है 20. 24,000 थोड़ा ज्यादा है 20 से, सो विच इज ओके. हायर इज फाइन बिकॉज यू विल पे मोर, you will not pay less. Clear? Any questions? I think there's some hand was going up at some corner. इसमें कुछ भी क्वेश्चन है? अच्छा, अभी ये चल रहा था एक और पॉइंट. कितने लोग ये टर्म स्पेशल अलाउंस यूज करते हैं? प्लीज मत करो. What is so special about the special allowance? It is a balancing figure, I know that. But why the term special allowance? What is definition of minimum wage? Basic plus? In India, yes. What is the definition of minimum wage in Maharashtra? Mengai bhatta. Basic plus special allowance. And since I'm talking on this term, third one is Karnataka. It has basic plus VDA, variable dearness allowance. So Maharashtra, the definition of wage is basic plus special allowance. While we take DA, it's fine. But why do you want to keep a separate term which is special allowance also? बस कभी कोई सरफरा इंस्पेक्टर आया ना, बोला ठीक है आप बेसिक दे रहे हो ठीक है, आपने स्पेशल अलाउंस नहीं दिया है. सो वी सी दिस पीपल यूज, आई डोंट नो इतना क्या प्यार है टर्म स्पेशल अलाउंस से. पीपल जस्ट डोंट वांट टू मूव आउट ऑफ दैट टर्म. That can create a problem, because in the Surya Roshni case, Supreme Court had asked what's so special about the special allowance, and there was no answer. अब सुप्रीम कोर्ट में नहीं दे पाया तो इधर आपर में तो दे ही नहीं पाने वाले. So avoid that term. Avoid using the term basic only. लोगों को लगता है DA लिखा तो हमारा इज्जत कम हो गया. DA हमको नहीं मिलता सर. अरे बाबा नहीं मिलता माना, लेकिन तू लिख. डिपार्टमेंट वाला भी बोलेगा नहीं मिलता और देने को बोलेगा अलग से. So let your minimum wage, which is basic plus DA, be crossing the amount, but please write basic plus DA. वो स्पेशल अलाउंस यहाँ पे DA लिखा रहेगा तो मैं बोल पाएगा सर मैंने DA लिखा है, स्पेशल अलाउंस पे कन्वर्ट कर देंगे, या स्पेशल अलाउंस लिखा है DA लिख देंगे, बट मेंशन इट. ओनली बेसिक मत लिखो. ऐसा नहीं है कि DA मिलता है मैं गरीब हो जाएगा, मैं ब्लू कॉलर हो जाएगा, मैं पर्पल कॉलर हो जाएगा, मैं रेनबो कॉलर हो जाएगा. नो. The definition of the wage is minimum wage is basic plus special allowance stroke DA, because DA is a term used all over the country. So please mention that. Any doubts till now? Yes?
Is HRA allowed even if he is not renting a house?
See, there are two parts to this. Income tax point of view, department has started checking all this. तो notice भी आया है personal level पे लोगों को. But when I look at this, so after the Supreme Court ruling, HRA was one of the only components which was allowed as an exemption in PF. And again, law has nothing to say about HRA. Maharashtra, West Bengal, two states, where if your head count is more than 50, minimum 5% HRA is compulsory. Only two states in the country. ठीक है? But we put it everywhere. Why? Because income tax में beneficial है. So this is not about claiming. This is about HRA being exempt from the definition of wage. And even in the definition of wage is specifically saying, it's nowhere connecting to income tax. Whether you're claiming, not claiming, taxable, not taxable, वो आगे का बात है. But here, from a compliance standpoint, basic plus DA में HRA नहीं आएगा. PF में HRA नहीं आएगा. So HRA is a term which can be excluded from basic plus DA on which all the calculations will be done. So here the idea is to keep basic plus DA as minimum as possible, but at the same time not cross the line of the law anywhere. इसको क्या हो गया? Floor wage. Till now, again, see, lot of the codes are done by West को दिखाने के लिए इंडिया वेस्ट है या बन रहा है, बनने का कोशिश कर रहा है, ठीक है? So concept of floor wages anywhere in India, if you go and work, तुमको कम से कम इतना पैसा मिलेगा, ठीक है? So now there will be one standard wage which will be decided at a national level, which will be given to the states, after which states will come up with their minimum wages. And states' minimum wage can not be lower than the national minimum wage or floor wage. तो अपने लिए कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला है. फर्क किधर पड़ेगा? Again, areas where the minimum wage is lower, northeast, lot of again northeast sector, the entire eastern belt in India, where the minimum wages are on the lower side. So that may go up, but now the other worry is वो बढ़ेगा. तो अगर इंडस्ट्री का जो, say example, if I am having an industry where I am paying 8,000 per month, अगर मेरा वहाँ का 8 का अगर 12,000 हो ही रहा है, तो मैं वहाँ पे क्यों करेगा? प्रोडक्शन ही वहाँ पे क्यों करेगा? मैं प्रोडक्शन वहाँ से मूव करके I'll move it to a state where instead of 12 I'll pay 500 more and get best quality labor. That's another issue which may face in future. देखेंगे कैसा होता है, but possibility of this cannot be ruled out. So that is the concept of floor wage. ठीक है? Payment timelines. Salary to be paid by 7th of the next month. ठीक है? Previously, what was the change? If you had 1,000 or more employees, you could, with permission, pay by 10th. Now, 7th. अगर सर ने बोला ये 7th को छुट्टी रहेगा तो 6th. सर 6th को भी छुट्टी है, 5th. सर 5th को भी छुट्टी है, 4th. ठीक है? 3 दिन से ज़्यादा छुट्टी इंडिया में नहीं देता कोई. फिर भी 4 दिन बचेगा, 4, 3, 2, 1. ठीक है? So at least make sure that this is one limit which is not hit because the penalties are going to get stronger. Another one which is causing a lot of issues is 2 days FNF from the last day. Practically कैसे होगा मुझे भी नहीं मालूम. We are waiting for the rules to come because what if somebody is taken, say my laptop, say my products, say my samples, then I cannot pay off the person and wait for it, right? So let's wait for the rules, but ये भी एक बड़ा point है. 2 days में FNF करना after the last day. Bonus provisions. As of today or pre-code era, bonus was payable for basic plus DA up to 21,000 across the country. ठीक है? Now government said हमको काम नहीं करना है, ये डालो states के ऊपर. Now every state will decide what will be the bonus amount, minimum wage or the bonus limit. So right now Maharashtra से entire world India says 21,000. There is possibility महाराष्ट्र बोलेगा, महाराष्ट्र में आएगा तो 25,000 तक बेसिक प्लस डीए तक बोनस मिलेगा. वेस्ट बंगाल बोलेगा नहीं 12,000 तक ही देने का. कोई और स्टेट बोलेगा 15,000 तक देने का. What is the meaning of this? If somebody's basic plus DA is above that limit, bonus need not be paid mandatorily. ठीक है? So ये conceptual change है. So again we'll have to wait because every state is going to come up with their own limitations. This is the same thing. Set on, set off, everything else remains the same. Law में कोई change नहीं है. Only change is the limit which was 21,000 will now be decided by individual states. IR code. Smallest, only 3 acts: industrial dispute, trade union, and standing order. Standing order. Previously, for Maharashtra state, minimum headcount of 50 was required for standing orders to be applicable. All other states, the headcount was 100. Now that limit has been made 300. 300 रहेगा तभी standing order applicable होगा. Similarly, to retrench, to close down. See, in India still the pink slip concept is not come like the US or the West. But previously, if you had a company with headcount up to 100, up without any permission, without any, just you can tell employees and shut down. Now that number has been increased to 300. Up to 300, you don't need any government permission, you can close down your business overnight. 300 से ज़्यादा रहेगा तो गवर्नमेंट लेबर ऑफिस में परमिशन लेना पड़ेगा. ठीक है? इज द स्पीड ओके? समझ रहा है? सब लोग सो रहे हैं? जाग रहे? Equal treatment. So now here there is a big change. If there is any fixed term staff, ठीक है? What is a fixed term staff? Employee, वो simple to remember, वो दवाई की तरह है. वो मैन्युफैक्चर एक्सपायरी डेट लिख के आता है. ठीक है? Fixed term staff is a person who on his contract has the date of joining and the last working date. So the treatment between a fixed term staff and a normal staff should be same. यहाँ पे कितने लोग HR से हैं? Anyone from HR department? कितने लोगों ने आपको रील भेजा कि ग्रेचुइटी 1 साल पे आ गया है? आपने उनको क्या रिप्लाई दिया? आया है, लेकिन ओनली फॉर FTS, नॉट फॉर परमानेंट एम्प्लॉइज. ठीक है? बिकॉज ये मेरे को हर दिन आज भी आता है, सर 1 साल पे आ गया, आपने बताया नहीं. बोला नहीं बताया क्योंकि तेरे को एप्लीकेबल नहीं है, खाली FTS पे आया, फुल टाइम पे नहीं आया है. ठीक है? नाउ so FTS is one major hit, gratuity on 5 years only. Trade unions. So one particular union, now there can be multiple unions possible in a company. Okay? But there will be one single negotiating union, which is one with more than 50% or 51% membership. That union will also have collective bargaining right. ठीक है? Again, equal treatment, one more point is, now men, women, third gender, everyone needs to be treated equally. Social Security. This has 9 acts, important ones: PF, ESI, payment of gratuity, maternity, unorganized working Social Security Act. Now in this, सबका फेवरेट, पता नहीं ये रेलेवेंट नहीं है, बट एवरीवन आस्क्स, सर गिग वर्कर, गिग वर्कर, गिग वर्कर. सो फाइनली गिग वर्कर्स आर कवर्ड. ऐसा कोई है क्या जिसके घर में लास्ट 15 दिन में जोमैटो, स्विगी, अमेजॉन, फ्लिपकार्ट नहीं आया हो? अच्छा, 15 घंटे में. So we can see the simple thing. Life without gig workers is now not possible. खाना खाने बैठो, पता चला दही नहीं है, अरे स्विगी पे ऑर्डर करो, खाना खत्म होने के पहले दही आ जाएगा. So more than ban, they said that you should not advertise it because वो अलग pressure build कर देता है बिना कारण का. That was yesterday. High Court gave a ruling that said, stop advertising that delivery in 10 minutes. Because West is wondering कैसे मिलेगा हमको, तो 4 दिन में मिलेगा, यहाँ पे वाईफाई कनेक्शन नहीं मिलता. I have a very close relative in UK. They take anywhere between, on a lower side, 12 days to 30 days for a Wi-Fi connection. बहुत पिछड़े हुए देश है वो सब अभी. इंडिया सुबह 7:30-8 बजे मैसेज डाला, 10:30 बजे 100 Mbps का टेस्टिंग चल रहा था घर पे. So we are growing at a mad pace. So what are they going to do in the gig worker? They are working on setting up a platform for gig workers. आपने सुना रहेगा company need to contribute 1-2% of their entire revenue as aggregator something their fund they are creating. So roughly 1-2% of your total top line you may have to contribute. The way there is BOCW currently, building and other construction works. So they may have to contribute 1-2% of your top line and they will give benefits. Work in progress, we'll come to know as we move forward. Health benefits, insurance, family care, we'll come to know as we move forward. But yes, finally gig workers have some recognition in law. But then again I always say India है, यहाँ पे मैं Uber भी order करता हूँ तो driver सोचता है मैं तेरे को select करूँ या Ola वाले को select करूँ. So the gig workers are on multiple platforms. So how will they get method to that madness? I don't know at this point in time. Now with the changes in wage definition, PF, ESI, gratuity, क्या impact आने वाला है? We'll do some examples. PF impact. Sir again 40,000 यहाँ पे भी continue करूँगा. Previously 40,000 पे basic plus DA was 12,000. So PF wage became 12,000. वो 12,000 पे 12% PF लिया 1440 employer employee 2,800. This was the old time. ठीक है? PF does give us a 15,000 limit, but let's assume the 15,000 limit is not being utilized. 40,000, 50% is basic plus DA. PF wage will be 20,000. उसके ऊपर 12%, 2,400, 2,400, 4,800. So there's an increment of 1,920 per month if your PF is on total basic plus DA. ठीक है? Department has a leeway, rule, limit, whatever you want to say. If your salary or PF wage is more than 15,000, आप 15,000 पे PF contribution cap कर सकते हैं. किसी का महीने का सैलरी ₹1,00,000 हो, PF 15,000 पे कैप हो सकता है. किसी का महीने का सैलरी ₹1,00,00,000 हो, PF 15,000 पे कैप हो सकता है. क्लियर? कंसेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी. कि लोग अरे PF आ गया कितना पैसा बढ़ गया, अरे 15,000 का लिमिट है ना. अच्छा ऐसा ही है क्या? इतना ही जाएगा क्या? हाँ No, so the voluntary contribution of PF Act maybe there is a different term. So see, now if your contribution is both employer and employee, as a company I can have a rule that I want to deduct PF on the flat basic plus DA, which is okay. However, if your company is sticking to 15,000 and if somebody wants to contribute more, then the person can contribute on his own behalf. That will be treated as voluntary PF contribution. वो आपको बोल देगा कि सर instead of whatever 1,800 deduct करो, ठीक है, मेरा 3,000 और काटो. Every month 3,000 more will only go as employee contribution, not employer contribution. But make sure वो चालान में सही जगह पे जाए. ठीक है? So now in this case with the 15,000 capping, 1,800, 3,600 आ जाएगा. Provided employee is also contributing 1,800. Now we've had classic cases where employer decide करता है अच्छा ठीक है employee लोग का हम काटने देंगे full पे, employer contribution में 15,000 पे ही करेगा. So employee काटेगा ₹1,00,000 पे 12,000 डालेगा and here we will pay nicely 1,800. No, that cannot be done. Employer 1,800, employee 1,800 and ऊपर का जो भी डालना है that will go as VPF, voluntary PF contribution. It's a accounting term there, how they do it. Employee, he wants to voluntarily contribute. मेरे को नहीं देना है. Sorry sir.
So for example, if the employee says that you deduct my 3,000 rupees from my, so the employer will also have to contribute 3,000? No.
No. Voluntary है ना?
Voluntary.
वो फिर compulsory हो जाएगा if employer also has to contribute.
So the middle one says that PF wages we need to calculate on the base, which is 20,000 rupees. So on that 12%. The last 15,000.
Huh?
So we have an option of doing this,
Either or.
either or. Okay, if we go with the middle one, many of the employers will not be, in the mood of, spending money from their pocket.
Depends.
Then
We've seen so many variety that there are companies has been fight because they are reducing or they are trying to getting to 15,000. नहीं हम लोग को उतने पे ही चाहिए.
So, at the end of the day, when we recruit anyone, we say cost to the company. So, all reverse calculation has to be done according to this.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why it's kept at 15%, 15,000 rupees. Otherwise,
No, sir. Very good question. Technically, PF, ESI both are repealed now. But the Act also says that for 1 year, you continue as it is. Eventually, they want to merge PF, ESIC and make it as one social
no,
security.
they have repealed the PF Act, but they have not repealed the PF scheme, which is capping 15,000.
So that's what, while technically not repealed, while repealed, but continue for 1 more year. So they,
Only 1 year.
That's what they put in Act. I doubt वो 1 साल में कितना कर पाएंगे. वो 1 साल में अगर रूल जाके सेटल हो गया तो भी I'll be happy honestly.
So you fear कि rules में अलग कुछ आएगा 15,000 के above?
No. वो that is a separate thing. That is bound to increase, sir. Already Delhi High Court has given them a 4-month limit right now. It happened last week. That Supreme Court, sorry, that within 4 months, please increase the minimum wage. Last minimum wage was revised in 2014, sir. So it's long overdue. So and अभी तो minimum wage also is gone above 15,000. So कोई नया fresher आएगा वो तो जिंदगी में PF में जाएगा ही नहीं कभी. PF wage calculation.
So on one side, government is saying you need, as per the ESIC concern or whatever, the calculation of your graduate and everything, base minimum wages has to be 20,000 rupees.
Not minimum wage. Basic plus DA has to be 50% of gross.
50% of the cost.
Yes.
So all calculation will be done on that way.
Yes.
Okay.
ठीक है? ESI. ESI applicability. Yes. Sir, my understanding or my interpretation of the law, except for basic plus DA, everything is excluded. See, because they have given 6-7 pointers. But idea वो है कि वो इतना लंबा लिस्ट बनाते जाओ, 50% basic plus DA हो गया, nothing else can be challenged. See, again, you need to understand whether it is just allowance for the sake of it or whether it is part of salary structuring, whether it's reimbursement. So even ex gratia, many times the term like ex gratia is made as monthly contribution. So कहाँ पे होगा? So you make sure basic plus DA is 50% of gross. Don't go to CTC. CTC में जाओगे तो घूम जाओगे. Because CTC is not a legal concept. It's an accounting concept. It's a HR concept.
Should the basic plus DA be equal to or more than minimum wage?
100% equal to or more than minimum wage. Always.
Basic plus DA.
Always. Basic plus DA is minimum wage.
Okay.
Basic plus DA. Total gross is only basic plus DA.
Till the time, if it's Maharashtra and West
50,
Bengal,
yeah, 50.
till the time you have 49 employees, yes. Once you have 50 employees, 5% HRA will be mandatory.
Thank you.
But then all your calculations will be on basic plus DA. Last one, gratuity impact. Oh, I'm so sorry, my bad. Okay, there is one sheet which we have where in case you all are interested in getting labor law updates, you can put your name and your email ID, just fill it up. Please email ID capital में लिखना, readable हो, बाजू वाले को पूछ लो भाई पढ़ सकता है कि नहीं. अगर आपका handwriting मेरे जैसा हो तो please confirm करना, so that we don't have to send spam someone's mailbox. So whenever there is a labor law update, we can send you updates. That's the only idea. No good morning, no happy Diwali, no happy New Year. Pure play, only labor law updates. Okay, it's a free service which we are offering. Normally it's charged to our clients. Oh, sorry, I thought you want some. Now, ESIC. After the codes, there is a big question in terms of ESI में कवरेज होगा या नहीं होगा. ठीक है? So now we understood ESI किस पे आएगा? अभी किस पे आएगा? पीएफ किस पे आएगा? ग्रेचुइटी किस पे आएगा? ठीक है, वो रट के रखना है, कोई चेंज नहीं करना है उसमें. केस 1, ग्रॉस सैलरी 20,000, बेसिक प्लस डीए 10,000. ओल्ड में भी एप्लीकेबल था, न्यू में भी एप्लीकेबल होगा. क्लियर? सेकेंड, ग्रॉस 22,000, बेसिक प्लस डीए 12,000. In old it was not applicable because old ESI was applicable on gross salary. Now it's on basic plus DA. Basic plus DA is 12,000. 12,000 is less than 21,000. Not applicable. Sorry, coverable. Third case, ये बहुत सारा होगा. Current gross salary 30,000. Basic plus DA 19,500. क्या 18,000. Old case not covered, but in the new definition coverable. This is a very important case, third one. Who won't? I would go for it if I get ESI. अरे सर, you will get पानी पूरी में कितना वेराइटी रहता है सर?
हाँ.
एक ही भैया रहता है ना. तो मैं एक ही भैया है, मेरे पास अलग अलग वैरायटी वाले आता है कस्टमर.
But does it justify to go and pay?
कंपनी टू कंपनी.
Okay.
नहीं सर, ओल्ड में 30,000 था ग्रॉस सैलरी. ओल्ड में इट वाज एप्लीकेबल ऑन ग्रॉस. 21 इज द लिमिट. 30,000 मोर देन 21,000 ओल्ड नॉट एप्लीकेबल. नाउ इट्स ऑन बेसिक प्लस डीए. Now, so which is less than 21,000. 21 का लिमिट तो वही है, लिमिट नहीं हिला, डेफिनेशन बदल गया. So 18,000 आ गया, तो यहाँ पे अभी एप्लीकेबल हो गया. You will get many cases here. Please. I can't hear you.
Case 2 where it is 12,000 as basic plus DA, because it's less than minimum wages, what is the impact of that?
Yeah, don't, right now I'm not talking about minimum wage. It has to be higher, but I've just kept these for example point of view.
Because I have that doubt, because we have employees.
No, so minimum wage has to be increased. In this case, if the department comes, they will make you pay the minimum wage difference also.
Okay.
So तो पहले में तो 10,000 है. This is pure play to understand the concept point of view. This basic plus DA has to be 50% of gross or minimum wage, whichever is higher.
So for us, it is 15,000 as the basic.
Anyways, a new minimum wage is due already. That's the first job the new government has. Case 4, gross 22,000. Entire gross is basic. Basic also 22,000. पहले भी applicable नहीं था, अभी भी applicable नहीं है. ठीक है? This was the same example, sir, what you asking. Same case, पहले 19,500 था, अभी भी 19,500 है. पहले भी applicable था, अभी भी applicable है. Clear? Any doubts? Because when you go for spree scheme, this is going to be very important. See, the minute you increase your basic plus DA of more than 20, about 21,000, your leave encashment, your gratuity, all your payments are calculated on basic plus DA. So you do the math. And ये सब करने के बाद ESI at least covers a lot of your liability, na? Yes?
When you talk about the 50 employees limit, you 50 employees who are covered or generally you have 50 employees?
Head count. Go. articles are not your employees. They are essentially by the C Institute. Yeah, but you know, there was one ruling which is against a particular CA firm where they've counted all the articles for the headcount purpose. And there they've covered them under ESIC. Yeah? अरे ये हिल गया actually, fit नहीं हो रहा. I tried twice or thrice. Yeah, but then this is moved out. That's the problem. So, no. See, वो employees ही नहीं है ना आपका. Articles are CA Institute employees. Or I don't know if I can put the word employees. But these are professionals trying to learn the art. TDS का आइडिया नहीं है. वो डॉक्टर जैसे आँख के बारे में पूछेगा तो मालूम है, दांत के बारे में पूछेगा तो नहीं मालूम. Before and after, one case study. Before labor code, minimum wage for gratuity was 12,000. 1 year FTS, nothing payable. 10 years बंदे ने काम किया और 12,000 salary, 69,230 payable. After wage code, basic plus DA 50% rule enforced, तो 20,000 आ गया. 1 year gratuity will be this much, and 10 year gratuity is 1,15,000, 67% higher. Clear? इसके लिए every time increasing basic plus DA may not be sensible, because the impact here goes a lot more. You'll have to do your math how your organization functions. You have a long timers, you have people who quit a few years, IT companies look at it differently, companies where people stay longer look at it very differently.
So this act or this rules will be employees only. The normal employees are there. The normal employees, what would be the gratuity? It will be 1 year or it will be continuous definition in that?
4 years, 240 days. 5 years, of which the 5th year minimum you need to have 240 days for normal employees.
That
Yes, everything is basic plus DA only. Definition of wage is basic plus DA. Unless you messed up with the 50% criteria, then they can bajab you. Clear? We move to the next one. किसी को घर पे जाने का घाई है? I'll take 10 minutes, 15 minutes. चलेगा ना? Gratuity provision. Because they were not taking basic as 50% of gross. Now they have taken basic from 20% or 25% is 50% kiya. So whole gratuity requirement is increased. Maternity. The definition of wage in maternity. Thank you so much. वो खाली क्लास है, चाहिए तो ले लीजिए. Definition of wage is changed. So here our argument is, अब हर एक में definition of wage change हो रहा है, then even maternity should change. Because a lot of Indian companies have been complaining that 6 months basic plus DA is very high, or the 6 months gross salary is very high to pay from a maternity act point of view. And unfortunately, what we've started seeing is it's impacting women employment in the childbearing age. If a woman is in childbearing age, directly, indirectly, subtly, she's always asked, and which is not correct as per law. So I personally feel this may be a good move for Indian companies' point of view. If your basic is 50% of gross, you are paying 50% of the salary for 6 months. If you want to pay more, nobody is stopping you. But then there are companies who cannot afford to pay more. I mean, I'll quote one example. One of our clients, guy stayed in US, come to India, into pharmaceuticals, making some drugs for, and 80-90% sales in the US, rest Japan, UK, all developed economies. So he's like, I want Indian women to get that empowerment, get that job. Of the 50 employees, he had 45 or 44 women employees. And planned, boss, I want to take all women employees. Suddenly he started realizing people were joining him, and at the end of 4 months declaring that they are 6 months pregnant. 5 months pregnant. As in, not fair. Now he's reached a stage where he says, I really worry having a new women employee join me. And I feel for him because he came with such a good agenda that I want 90% women in my company. And today the same person is scared because and it happened at one point in time, there are 5 women in the company who went on mat leave. That's 12.5% of your workforce for 6 months being paid gross salary for no work. So government is realizing those difficulties which MSMEs face. And from that point of view, it probably is a good move. While I'm sure there will be some litigation in this. We'll wait for rules, what do rules say. But if you are saying that definition of wage for ESI is basic plus DA, for PF is basic plus DA, for gratuity is basic plus DA, for maternity it is basic plus DA. Correct? So we'll wait for rules in this, but इसमें ध्यान देना, definitely litigation होगा, definition पे. Rules आने पे what do rules say, we'll have to see. Absolutely. Because women between 25 to 35 either don't get jobs or don't change jobs. Or if they change jobs, they virtually find it very, very difficult to get rehired. OSHA Act replaces Factories Act, contract labor, interstate migrant workers. Wow. I sounded... क्या हो गया? Check. Can you hear me? मुझे लगा मेरा इतना अच्छा आवाज कैसे हो गया? Okay. So now here, what they're going to do is they're going to put one unified system. So currently क्या हो जाता था? Everything महाराष्ट्र में काम करना है, ये रजिस्ट्रेशन लेके आओ. गुजरात में काम करना है, ये रजिस्ट्रेशन लेके आओ. कर्नाटका में करना है, ये रजिस्ट्रेशन लेके आओ. So they want to streamline the entire registration process, entire licensing process. So what the government is working on for contract laborers, if you have a contract labor, how do you even know कि इसका performance कैसा है? वो time पे पैसा भरता है, नहीं भरता है? क्योंकि if he does not pay money, end of the day as a principal employee, गला तो मेरा ही घंटी गले में आने वाला है. So what do we do in such a case? So here they started putting one straight away, all at an India level there will be a portal. That portal will have a lot of details to be put in. So if you are contracting with someone, you can check how his performance has been. If he is a habitual defaulter, you can keep him out. So this will take time. The entire portal will be made, things will be structured. 1, 2, we are going more of a digital first approach. So now what happens? At one point in time in India, we required permission to maintain documents in digital format. Hopefully in future, a time will come where we will need permission to have manual records. Now digital has become compulsory. आप manual रखो या ना रखो, digital में same चीज maintain करना mandatory है. Contractor applicability, headcount of Maharashtra already had 50. So now they made it 50 for all states. A lot of states had a headcount of 20 for Contract Labor Act. Now that's gone to 50. We covered the points on registration, central digital portal. Major impact, basic plus DA should be 50% of your gross. allowance.
I have a small question.
Yes.
So let's say in my office, if I'm contracting for air conditioning servicing, so should I insist them to have a ESIC or some labor laws inside? 90% of the air conditioning maintenance people do not have that in place, and then the officer, when they come, they try to force us, or the charges. We have already paid a lot of penalties in this. Now that has been removed, or still it is there?
So if there is an AMC, you're out of it.
Yeah, AMC contract is there.
So then you show the AMC contract, you're out of it.
Okay.
That
Okay.
should be enough. Okay, so we'll cover the impact with majorly this points. We've covered 50% basic plus DA. Contractor, principal employer obligations. Again, same thing. It's going more and more digital. The whole idea, with this new codes, the impact or the whole advantage of having a contractor is virtually killed. Probably today the only advantage you have of having a contractor, rather two advantages. One, you can immediately fire the person. That is one major advantage. Secondly, if you want, okay. I lost the second point. The two, one advantage, you can immediately fire the contractor. Secondly, yes, sourcing becomes very easy. Because many times there are factories where you need continuous supply of people. So there's one मुकादम, वो गांव से sourcing करते ही रहता है. एक बस जाएगा गांव से, दूसरा बस भर के आएगा. Because labor is becoming very difficult to get now in Maharashtra. Because all the states are getting better, and which is resulting into less and less movement of labor to states like Maharashtra, Karnataka. So except for these two advantages, there really isn't anything else. Because whatever they don't do, eventually it will be your liability. HR policies, procedures, leave entitlements, overtime. This is a good time to brush up your HR policies, because once the rules are out, जो भी है next 2 महीना 3 महीना is the best time to brush up your HR policies, get them ready for the rule for the codes. Expect a higher payout. PF ESIC, again as I said, they're going to merge it. No change for 1 year, but eventually they intend to merge it. They want higher yeah.
It would be 21,000, right?
Sir, होने दो merge, देखेंगे तभी. So the agenda is, I don't know.
Because the minimum in ESIC it is 21,000.
I don't know, because see what the idea is, they are going to probably even change the deduction as ESIPF. It can become social security contribution. So let that happen. वो जब होगा तब देखेंगे. At this point कुछ भी clarity नहीं है. ये पूरा हवे में पूरा महल तैयार है, जमीन पे ईंट भी नहीं है. Litigation बहुत होगा. We'll come to know as and when you get more and more court cases which will come out. So if there is anything in news which is saying court ने ये बोला, एक बार पढ़ लो खाली ऊपर से. Then contact me. Yeah.
Is it mandatory to change the salary structure now? Or we can go for April? We can wait till April. We will pay ESIC contribution as per the rules.
It's okay. Either is okay. You can at a company level change, but please do not reduce basic plus DA.
Okay.
That is the only thing. Because you cannot reduce a wage. All the other components you may play around with that, but do not reduce basic plus DA. Because from a comfort point of view, it makes a lot of sense to change it when the salary is being structured, the new salary is being announced. It becomes easier. But don't touch basic plus DA. Yeah. So again, see gray areas, bonus limit, state-wise change hoga, floor wage, how the whole methodology, kaisa kya hoga, I have no idea. Gig workers, how are they going to manage it? Model standing order, above 300 employees, etc., etc. We all have to just wait and watch right now. So if I have to say it in gist, simplification, centralization, standardization, simplification of forms, returns, processes, centralization of portals, and standardization of reporting formats. This is where codes are moving to. These are just certain checklists as employers. You may want to review the CTC. 50% of gross needs to be basic plus DA, gross or minimum wage, whichever is higher. Contractors' non-compliance will impact the principal employer. ESI coverage, please take care. Make most of the spree scheme. Update your documents, letter, contracts, your FTS contracts, your gratuity calculations. Have a relook at it. Gratuity, our life is been made easy by Infosys yesterday. Yeah, I've covered this point. Contractors verify contract licenses, etc. Eventually, they're going to come to. If you can, in case of contractors, at least, if not monthly, either quarterly or 6 monthly, do an audit. Appointment letter is now mandatory for every employee. At least a 6 monthly, quarterly, yearly audit of the contractor is a good idea, because वो compliance नहीं करेगा तो band अपना बजेगा. Make sure that contractors pay salary on 7th. This month, a client in Gujarat got notice because contractors are paying salary on 10th. Contractor को बोला, सर आप मुझे 6 तारीख को दे रहे हो पैसा, 7 तारीख को आता है, मैं 8 तारीख 9 तारीख को पेमेंट करता हूँ. Codes notified, rules are pending. This is more like, for CAs, if I can explain, this is going to be like GST. GST आया था तो 2 साल तक कैसे, it took good 2 years for even GST to settle down, right? That's what it may take. या शायद अभी भी नहीं हुआ है.
Only for now, employees will join now, right? Back.
Technically, everyone should have one.
So then, I mean, how somebody who's been there for 12, 15 years, what do you write in the appointment letter?
Standard appointment letter जो भी है, you confirm you joined from so and so date. He confirms that this is your date. The rest of the thing is.
So we can do that with effect from April, or that we have to do it now?
See, right now we are.
We are waiting for the rules. So what exactly are we supposed to do as on 31st March 2020?
So see, this is transitioning period right now. So during the transition period, you can be ready for what to do. So as you said, let's wait for the rules. Let's wait for the rules. But mentally, at least, don't wait for formats to be ready once the rules come out. Keep your formats ready. Do all the background work right now. 1st April को करना है, 1st April से करो, no problem. But don't wait till the last minute. Problem उधर हो जाएगा. 1st April को हम लोग फॉर्मेट बनाने बैठेंगे तो बैंड बजेगा. So there's a nice question. There is a term called facilitator. So all the inspectors are now to be called facilitators because मैं inspector हूँ ना. You are a facilitator. You need to help us. कितना हो रहा है नहीं पता. But we meet some very good guys who go out of the way to help. But some. Eventually, yes.
So recently, my office was visited by a BMC officer saying that
34 या
now,
36 pointer list दिया रहेगा अच्छा खासा.
so saying that ESIC officer has this job is now given to all the BMC offices. So earlier ESIC inspector or that department inspectors were coming. Now it is taken over by BMC.
नहीं ESI का नहीं रहेगा सर. पॉश का रह सकता है. Because Supreme Court has budgeted everyone. From POSH compliances point of view, they would have definitely come. Name board compliances, POSH compliance.
No, they were asking for wages, the leave musters and everything.
Ask. Yes, that they can ask.
The BMC officers.
100%. Maharashtra Shop and Establishment Act is governed by Mumbai, as in the MCGMs or the BMCs.
So we were fined for one reason, saying that show us the babysitter.
Head count more than 50.
But then in such a Mumbai, who holds babysitter and parnagar कौन करेगा?
मत करो ना, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करके रखो किसी के साथ. In 1 kilometer area, have a contract with someone. Whenever a person comes, I'll send the person there. I have a tie-up. I can't put 50,000 square feet, sir. मैं 15 square feet वहाँ पे अगर जाने देगा मेरा वहीं पे साला 6.5 लाख का खर्चा हो गया.
That's what, you know, we were arguing with them, same only. He said, no.
तो कुछ नहीं ना, have a tie-up with someone, have your rates fixed. As and when you have any employee who has need of...
So this all rights are given to BMC now?
BMC always was in charge, sir. Shop Act में all this is covered.
So you mean to say the Shop Establishment Act, through that they have come?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Yes?
Yeah, I had two questions. One was around the contract period, where you said that if it is under 12 months, then gratuity is not required, and maternity benefits also not required, right?
No, maternity. So there's a funny thing, even if the contract is 12 months, in the 9th month or the 10th month, you realize that the person is pregnant, you need to pay the entire maternity.
Even if it is a fixed term?
Beyond the fixed term, which is very funny, but yeah.
Okay, so the only benefit is for gratuity if you're doing for less than 1 year.
See, less than 1 year, Act says 240 days is 1 year. So I would say, see, if the minimum wage case is a different story, otherwise make it part of your CTC and finish it off.
Okay.
End of 1 year paid.
Good. And second one, I wanted to ask if you could do a case study for somebody who we are paying, say, 28,000 as your CTC for the, simplification of, or gross salary.
कर लेते हैं, अभी कर लेते हैं.
Yeah.
इस पे करूँ, I think वो change करना पड़ेगा, छोड़ो, Excel पे कर लेते हैं. It's okay, चलो, we'll just finish it on Excel. Yeah? Can you see this? बोलो सर, क्या बोल रहे थे आप? You're saying gross?
Yeah, if the gross is 28,000.
28,000.
Now, we mentioned that basic plus DA has to be 15,000, right?
That is the minimum wage.
Then ESI on this would be 4% of the 15,000?
Basic plus DA.
Okay. Bonus also will be calculated?
Basic plus DA.
And gratuity 8%
Basic plus DA.
of, which would be 15,000 then. And if an employee is, say, 42,000 as gross salary.
On dot 21,000 ESI is applicable, if that is your question.
Yeah.
Applicable.
Understood. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Any other questions? समझा या कुछ भी नहीं समझा?
Employee do not want to go into ASIC is saying that, we show them, we conduct, trainings and lectures. But then down the line, they are not happy. Why they will go for ESIC is only for the medical reason. That's what I understand. Major, the benefit is a hospitalization. But I'll tell you, the lot of ESIC hospital, there are no services. And recently we had a bad issues. A patient suffering for a stroke, when he went there, he said, you come after one month, there is a queue. Now, if somebody is under a stone pain area, and the ESIC hospital is asking them to come after 1 month, so that made, the mindset of all the employees saying that, and practically we have seen the services of ESIC, particularly the hospital I'm talking about. Is there any other ways to get a good services or change? If you can highlight on that.
So, I'm happy to hear it's only 1 month. Canada, it's 3 months. In Toronto.
Oh.
And I know this because a very close friend's father, they got so frustrated, they eventually relocated to India. Because किडनी स्टोन की वजह से अगर हार्ट अटैक आया ना तो हार्ट अटैक को ट्रीट करेंगे, किडनी स्टोन को हाथ नहीं लगाएंगे, वो आपका नंबर आएगा तब आने।
That's what I was taking. This example I took that way only because.
So, well, there is queue, agreed. But see, ESI is tying up with many private hospitals now. So you need to see that one. Where is the nearest private hospital? And while we hear this a lot that ESI hospital अच्छा नहीं है, अच्छा नहीं है, अच्छा नहीं है. When we ask the person, when was the last time you visited or you experienced this? Answer is before 2020 or 2015. Practical experiences बहुत कम है. वो मेरे पापा ने बोला था तो बस मैं वही कर रहा हूँ, वो सुन रहा हूँ. वो ये से का अनफॉर्चुनेटली बैडविल इतना बड़ा हो गया है कि गुडविल दिखता ही नहीं है. Sir, things have changed a lot. That's what I don't have it on the screen. This was last year. They paid some 4.3 or 3.7 crores for a person who was in a village near Chandigarh. This was in news last year, and the father was gathering money to reach Chandigarh. Genetic disorder. And वैसा तो कितना केस आता और जितना भी लोग बोलते हैं ना मेरे को ये ऐसा नहीं चाहिए, ये ऐसा में ये नहीं है, वो नहीं है, फलाना नहीं है, ढिंका नहीं है. 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, लाख, 1.5 लाख, 2 लाख, 3 लाख, 4 लाख, 5 लाख, फिर हवा फूस हो जाता है. 20 लाख का बीमारी आएगा, जख मार के ये ऐसा भी आएगा. 50 लाख का बीमारी आएगा, जख मार के ये ऐसा के पास जाएगा. So let's understand. Yes, we are very happy because companies are providing that insurance 1 to 3 lakh. And today, we have that thing, we have that money to spend health के लिए ये वो. So we spend. But जब 50 lakh का खर्चा आता है, कोई भी वो फट जाता है बस. And we've seen these cases multiple times. Anything above, honestly, anything above 1 lakh, 2 lakh, or your company insurance plus 50,000, fuss. During COVID deaths, all the private companies, hands up. ये तो था ही नहीं, COVID लिखा किधर है. I know ESI officers were called on special duty. They've called people and they've given them, any idea कितना पैसा दिया रहेगा? कितना % of the salary? Wild guess anyone? 20,000 का सैलरी है. आदमी मर गया कोविड में 2020 में, कितना पैसा मिलता रहेगा आज? हाँ, एवरी मंथ. हाउ मच कैन यू थिंक? 20,000 का सैलरी था, अभी कितना देता रहेगा हर महीने? 18,000, 90% of the salary. 18,000, 60% for the spouse, 40% for the kids. We recently got a call. Male child till 25. Women child till she gets married. If she does not get married, she will continue to get that money till she dies. We had one case where we got a query December last week. This one lady is getting remarried now. So once she gets remarried, that money will stop. But from the time in 2020-21 she lost her husband, she got contribution, 60% of the salary came to her directly for so many years, every single month.
ESIC is like beneficial for if employee death is
कौन बोल
there
रहा
on
है? हाँ, sorry.
Employee death in the premises is happening. At that point, employer
90% of the salary, sir. यही guess. You get hospitalized. First day and last day छोड़ के बीच में का जो पीरियड है उसका 70% सैलरी मिलेगा. हॉस्पिटल में लगा मस्त चाललंय. तो बोल रहा है कि मला सकाळी चहा नाश्ता भेटतो, सुबह चहा नाश्ता मिळता है, दोपहर को लंच मिळता है, संध्याकाळी चहा भेटते, रात्री चांगलं मस्त गरम गरम जेवण भेटतो. सिस्टर जेवढी काळजी घेते माझी बायको पण नाही घेत आता. जितना सिस्टर मेरा केयर लेता है उतना वाइफ डज नॉट केयर फॉर मी. एंड मामा तो फ्री बैठा था ना. मामा बोलता है मी गणित केलंय, हॉस्पिटलमध्ये राहणार ना तर माझा फायदा होणार. बिकॉज 70% सैलरी इज डायरेक्ट सेविंग ना, विदाउट माय खर्चा. खाना पीना फ्री. मामा वॉज रेडी टू स्टे फॉर 2 years देयर ओनली, बट फिर निकाला एक पॉइंट के बाद ESI ने. सेम कंपनी, one employee salary last year was increased from 20,000 to 25,000 or 24,000. He walked into the MD's room. किसको पूछ के मेरा सैलरी बढ़ाया, मैं रिजाइन करता है. दैट गाइज वेरी क्लोज फ्रेंड, थर्ड जनरेशन क्लाइंट. ही कॉल्स मी, जिगर ये देख पागल हो गया है, क्या बोल रहे हैं. बोला क्या हुआ, बोला सैलरी क्यों बढ़ाया, मैं छोड़ के जा रहा है. नाउ ही सेड हिज वाइफ्स फैमिली हैज अ जेनेटिक डिसऑर्डर which has come to his 3 daughters. Every month 25,000 का खर्चा उन लोग का निकलता है ESIC से. तो बोला अगर मेरा 20,000 से सैलरी बढ़ा रहे हो तो 45,000 पे करो या फिर 20,000 के नीचे करो, वरना मैं छोड़ के जा रहा है. मैं और किधर काम करेगा जिधर मुझे 21,000 से कम का सैलरी मिलेगा. So you know there is lot of badwill. बट यू नीड टू नो, गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल में आप कुछ भी काम कराने जाते हो, अरे सिंपल रेलवे का टिकट निकालना भी इजीली होता है क्या? उसमें जितना मेहनत करते हो उतना तो खुद के फ्रैक्चर के लिए जाके फॉर्म भरो. सबको IRCTC का आदत लग गया वो अलग बात है, बट अभी भी मिलता है ना टिकट. लेने को जाओ तो 2 मिनट खड़ा रहो ना, तो उधर भी 2-4 फॉर्म सही से भरो. द मिनट यू फिल द फॉर्म्स इट्स देयर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टू गिव यू सर्विस. एंड डॉक्टर्स विल नेवर टेल यू नो. ESI हैज अ क्लॉज, अगर आपका बॉस ने पैसा नहीं भरा है, पैसा काटा, पैसा नहीं भरा है, एंड यू गो फॉर ESI स्कीम, ESI विल गिव यू 100% ट्रीटमेंट. बॉस को पकड़ेगा, उसको बिना स्विगी जोमेटो के जेल में डाल के फ्री खाना भी खिलाएगा, लेकिन तुमको सर्विस मिलेगा तभी. नोबडी टॉक्स अबाउट दिस. Agreed, chalo, the hospitals have improved a lot, but chalo, I still agree hospitals are very bad. But have you visited and checked? Have you seen the Andheri office, the Andheri hospital? Unfortunately, उधर आग लग गया. It was such a beautiful office, hospital. मेरे को लगता है इसके लिए साला किसी ने आग लगाया रहेगा. Very well made office, hospital. अरे I could not believe it's a hospital. इतना चकाचक. So things are changing. They are tying up with lot of 7 Hills Hospital. So many ESI patients go there. Direct tie-up. नहीं हो सकता, they'll write and give you, go to this hospital. But first go to ESI department hospitals. ठीक है जी, ESI is a very pet subject. I can talk for 5 hours. कल ऑफिस में आप लोग को लेट हो जाएगा, तभी कन करते हैं. Thank you. Anything else? Any questions?
So friends, if you have any questions, please.
One last question. Here. Okay.
So see, employee compensation, long story short, in case of death, there is a multiple factor which is based on the age of the individual. Okay? And so with that multiple into 7,500 or 200 and upwards, you will end up paying anywhere between 12 lakh to 18 lakh for a death. That's how employee compensation works. You need more detail, I can mail you. But it's a detailed format in which your salary is in a multiple, so 200 months, 300%, whatever, you know, times salary is what you have to pay in case of death. And if you are covered in ESIC, you don't need to. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Given
I can't hear.
benefits.
Mic change karta
No, lot of benefits about the ESI scheme. But how easy are to get these benefits when it really required?
See, I won't say it is extremely easy like a private hospital, but it's not as difficult as the world puts it.
Thank you.
You need to go to the right hospital. Go to MG hospital. Go to ESI, 100% ESI hospitals. They really go out of the way. Yeah? Perfect?
So,
thank you.
So we thank you both Advocate Ramesh Bhai and Advocate Jigar for the clarity that gave us. As far as now, it's a turning point for our Indian economy as together. You have seen the present government has put in lot of efforts in various areas. This is one of the area where they are trying to improve the structure, which is for many years, last 75 years. It takes time to improve things because जो कायदा इतने सालों साल से चला आता है ना, तो इट डजंट हैपन ओवरनाइट. बट अ गुड अटेम्प्ट इज गिवन टू इम्प्रूव द कंडीशन ऑफ वर्कर्स. सो आई होप ये जो इन्होंने ESIC की बात करी. सो वी हैड अ फैक्ट्री इन 1995. वी हैड अ फायर इन आवर फैक्ट्री एंड 14 एम्प्लॉइज एक्सपायर्ड. 14 एम्प्लॉइज, उनके डिपेंडेंट को आज भी पेंशन मिल रहा है. जो लोग जो जिंदा है उनको आज भी पेंशन मिल रहा है. Their salary was 10, 12, 15,000, I don't remember. but they are getting pension today also. And so, you know, ऐसा होता है कि आपको लगता है कि ESIC में कुछ होता नहीं है, गवर्नमेंट है, मगर 100 में से अगर एक जन को भी फ़ायदा हो गया है ना, तो you have to see that those benefit you should take it. And, you know, intentions of governments are very clear. They want to improve the, you know, entire ecosystem for employees or workers also. So I think, you know, एक पॉजिटिव माइंडसेट लेके जाना चाहिए कि भाई ESIC गवर्नमेंट है तो हम क्या करेंगे क्या नहीं. एंड वॉट एवर, अगर इफ़ इट इज़ एप्लीकेबल इन द लॉ, यू विल हैव टू फॉलो दैट, और उसको आपको लेना ही चाहिए. एंड यू शुड इनफैक्ट एनकरेज एम्प्लॉयज़ ऑल्सो कि भाई आप ESIC हॉस्पिटल का जो बेनिफिट है उसका एडवांटेज लेंगे. So with these words, I mean, I again thank you both the speakers. Or for those who have not taken the high tea, you can just take after this session. So thank you very much, and we can have a round of applause for both the speakers. Mukesh bhai, if you want to say something.
Because excellent session first, Ramesh bhai and Jigar bhai. The topic I feel is so important. So जिगर भाई एक थॉट आ रहा था, अशोक भाई से डिस्कस कर रहा था, इफ़ वी कैन हैव अ लेबर लॉ क्लिनिक जहाँ पे वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट द सब्जेक्ट बिकॉज वी हैव हैड 2 सेशंस, बट वी कैन हैव ओनली क्वेरी सेशंस, you know, labor law clinic, and then if anybody wants to get into more details of consulting, they can always come to you, and maybe we can talk with them for some special rebate for the KCF members on the fees than their normal fees. But if we can have 2 such sessions next year, because new rules and laws are coming, so labor law clinic where you come with your questions and get it clarified. But ये नहीं कि आप लंबा 1-1 घंटा तक पूछते रहे. It has to be short only because there will be many. So it will be a clinic only Q&A. If it's agreeable, then let the members know that this we are doing next year. 2 such programs as a करने जैसा है या नहीं है? नहीं, अब हाँ, अभी कितने चेंजेस है उसके ऊपर है. बहुत ज़्यादा चेंजेस नहीं रहेंगे तो नहीं करेंगे, वो क्लिनिक में कवर हो जाएगा. सो बिकॉज दिस इज़ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, क्योंकि आपको हर एक को प्लानिंग इसके बेसिस पे करना ही पड़ेगा. लेकिन उन लोगों को ही एंट्री मिलेगी जो 10 मेंबर इंट्रोड्यूस करेंगे नेक्स्ट ईयर. अग्रीड रमेश भाई? કારણ કે વાણિયા આવ્યું, ફાયદો પહેલાં નહીં રહ્યું ને, મેરા क्या है उसमें? मेरे को 10-10 मेंबर चाहिए. One person was telling me, Deepak bhai, there is one organization in Surat who has 5,000 members. Why can't we also have more members? But if we are doing good job, I think next 2 months, talk to people, make them members. So April से our fees are nominal. कितना है जय अपना? 7,000 rupees plus GST, which is nothing, absolutely peanuts. अगर आप करोड़ों में धंधा सोच रहे, विजन है 10x है, तो दिस इज़ नथिंग ना. आज हम लोगों ने एक वापी लेके गए, उसमें ही आपकी वो फ़ी का उतना खर्चा कर दिया है ना. इट्स नथिंग. तो लेट्स ग्रो ऑल टुगेदर, एंड द नेटवर्किंग बेनिफिट्स जो आपस में मिलता है. यहाँ पे भी आप लोग जब खाना खा रहे ये, तो जिसको आप नहीं पहचानते उनसे आप मिलिए, आपके कार्ड्स एक्सचेंज करिए. व्हेन यू कम टू सच मीटिंग्स, यू शुड हैव 50 कार्ड्स एटलीस्ट विथ यू, एंड मीट दोज पीपल हुम यू डू नॉट नो. टेक दैट बेनिफिट, बिकॉज ये नाश्ते वाला जो है, इट इज़ हाई टी एंड नेटवर्किंग. बट हम लोग क्या करते हैं, खाना में ज़्यादा ध्यान है, और जिसके जो हमारे दोस्त हैं उन्हीं के साथ हम लोग बातें करते हैं, बट वी डोंट टॉक. क्यों शर्मा रहे हैं? इवन लेडीज़ मेंबर्स है तो उनसे भी बात करिए. आपकी बीवी तो इधर है ही नहीं. हाँ, बराबर ना. हाँ, नहीं, कुछ लोगों को डर रहता है, वो भी इधर ये नहीं है, और उस टाइम पे कैमरा बंद रहता है ना. चलो, थैंक. हाँ रमेश भाई की बोल लो है. हाँ, 25th के प्रोग्राम के लिए इफ़ यू आर नॉट एनरोल, प्लीज़ एनरोल. AI पे है वेलिंगकर में. कम इन लार्ज नंबर्स.
हेलो,
4 स्पीकर्स है उस दिन. एक्सेलेंट प्रोग्राम होने वाला है, आई कैन टेल यू. एंड अनदर 5 to 7 प्रोग्राम्स आर इन पाइपलाइन मार्च. यानी किसी को अगर आज 2 महीने के लिए भी मेंबर बनना है ना, बिकॉज वी आर टेकिंग ओनली 50%, तो 3,500 में आपको और 4-5 प्रोग्राम्स अटेंड करने मिलेंगे. तो आज भी कोई मेंबर होता है तो उनको बोलिए बन जाइए. अगड़ो रामायण महाभारत ते है. हाँ वो बाकी है बसेश गाला जो. सो एनी लीडिंग फ्रॉम द बैक जो भी है बसेस जो भी पाके करे जो ओवरनाइट. सो एनीबडी बिकमिंग अ न्यू मेंबर इवन टुडे ही विल बेनिफिट.
Mukesh bhai, thank you. Just I want to say for the membership what you have told to the all the participants or delegates, for just this 2.5 hour session, our professional fees are only 7,500 per person plus 18% GST. But we got high respect and regards for the KCF. That's why membership 5 नहीं 10 लाना मांगता है. That is my suggestion.
नहीं मैंने 10 का ही बोला. एंड वी वांट RLS कंसल्टिंग के सारे क्लाइंट्स भी KCF के मेंबर्स बने.
हम लोग तो KCF के मेंबर है ही.
नहीं आपके सारे क्लाइंट्स भी बने.
We will also
उनका धंधा बढ़ेगा, उनके एम्प्लॉइज बढ़ेंगे, उनके क्वेरीज बढ़ेंगे, आपका भी धंधा बढ़ेगा.
No, we will be doing marketing for the KCF.
10x की बात.
Thank
so
you, sir.
it has to be a win-win for everybody. So let's grow all together. Thank you.
Participant list.
हाँ.
Just can you return the participant list, that email ID list?